Actually, could we get
Well,
again 5 seconds of just not silence, but just breathe, take a sigh, move something around on your desk, things that are noise but are not words.
no.
What's
A little less.
Sorry. Wait, no. Okay.
Okay, that should be good. Thank you, guys.
Yep.
All right, so
All right.
we have a treat apparently. Unfortunately, for those of you watching or really listening, because we don't have a video stream going,
Let me link this
Jeff
out.
will be doing the session recap this evening.
Hi. Yes. Hello. So, I do have a visual aid for the session recap. You at home will not be able to see it, but that's okay. I think you'll get the general vibe when I display it on the screen.
Okay.
All right. So here it is. Here is what last session was like. I hope you will find that it is a very accurate summary of what happened. And yeah, that's all I have to say about it.
why are there skeletons?
Why aren't there skeletons?
We are all skeletons
We
on
are-
the inside.
Precisely.
Is my skeleton ready to hatch?
I
One
don't know,
day.
is it?
One day.
How do your teeth feel?
All right. They itch a little
Actually-
bit, but aside from that,
Alrighty, so yeah,
Yep. I'm done.
all right. Thanks for that recap. So, does anybody else want to?
We traveled and saved a couple of dudes.
yeah. So there was a treasure hunter caught in a trap, a fallen a pit trap in a abandoned cathedral, and the party rescued him. He awarded them with a fire opal and I think 30 pieces of bright steel, something like
Ironically enough, it was Wartalk who did most of the work on that one.
that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was high and drunk. I don't remember any of this.
It's okay, Dimension Door.
So,
says all.
normal?
Yeah. Well, I was bored on travel, so these things happen. Where are we?
These
How
things
did
do
we?
happen.
Where
For
are
the
we?
past 3 years, these things do happen.
Yeah.
And did you stop them from happening? No.
Is anybody else hearing
Anybody?
weird angel voices? No.
No.
That's too bad.
Oh, we also got another traitor for our Joes.
Yes,
Yes,
you
we
did get
did.
another traitor for your Joes. This traitor was dumped in the middle of a mountain range and very disorganized.
Amnesiac kill.
Yeah. He had a little bit of a case of amnesia. Very
He was the
disoriented.
rare
Being attacked by zombies, but you dispatched the zombies and were able to kind of at least get him back on his feet, if not really in a good state of mind, but he was convinced by your tales to come and join the growing Siegebreakers army.
He was being attacked
Oh,
by
yeah.
tariffs. And
Something
we
like that.
convinced him to join the side of piracy.
Cool. All right.
Basically, I mean that's yeah.
For a short
Boring.
time, Ilya was a griffin rider.
Yes!
Where did your griffin go?
I was the griffin.
Points to Kyanna.
Well, I was a giant eagle and she rode on my back.
It's essentially the Fire Emblem Griffin Rider.
Yeah.
Ah,
Don't take this
familiar.
from me.
What the?
Okay. Hey, Jeff. Wait, no, sorry, not Jeff. Hey, Ethan.
What?
Turn on your camera.
No.
Do it.
Why not? We're not
You've had
recording.
your camera with us before.
Because I want you guys to bask in this image I worked so hard on.
How do I kick some
We're
of my
done
off?
basking!
It's
This is-
bad.
Got these right. happens right
Do better.
This is how dare you? This is a solid 10 minutes worth of effort in WordPad right
It's
before
hard
the
to
session.
see your yellow colored letters. It would be better if you had them outlined in white and then outlined in black.
Yeah, no, she's got a
I
point
mean,
there.
that is legitimate criticism, and you're correct, but also, this is the best I could do in the majesty of WordPad.
Graphic
I've
design
worked-
passion.
I worked hard on the.
Kick him.
Well, work harder on showing your face to your friends who have.
I can mute
like-
him. Doesn't help either.
All right. Well, regardless, we don't need to rag on Ethan too much for not using his camera.
Can we rag on him for other things?
Yeah.
Honey, there's no video recording, please.
It's really whatever. He could turn it on or not.
Yeah.
So as we left off last time, the group of you were trying to figure out precisely where this monastery was, because as you traveled east and then northward, you knew the general whereabouts, but not the precise location. I don't remember if it was someone turning Wartalk into an eagle or Kayana just becoming her giant eagle wild-shaped self, but I believe that was the plan you all had left off with trying to find amongst the mountain peaks where this place resided.
That sounds correct.
Which one? Wartalk
Me-
polymorph or you wild-shaping?
Me wild shaping, that sounds correct.
Okay. So I believe we were about 2 days out still. So go ahead and roll a perception check for me, Kayana. As I'll say this is like actually what time of day did we leave off?
What?
I want to
I
say it
don't-
wasn't like the end of a day. So yeah, go ahead and roll the perception check. The day's not over yet.
Okay, that is a.
Eagles might have advantage on site-based.
Oh shit, you're right, they do.
I do believe.
Okay,
that's
that was
thing.
a lot better. That's a dirty 20.
Alrighty. With a dirty 20, as you are flying about, you don't really get far enough to find the place itself. But as you're kind of circling overhead and getting a bird's eye view of the area, what you are able to see is kind of signs of more activity than other areas in the mountains. So using that information and just kind of trying to track certain trails through the coniferous trees that dot the mountain landscape, you're able to kind of pick out a direction that you suspect the monastery will lie in. Just more activity probably means more people. So you have a heading. It seems that you've gone a little bit too far east, and so you're kind of north and just a touch west is the heading that you bring back to the party for the rest of the day. And Jeff, using his skill at survival that he had already rolled for this day, has no trouble keeping you on the path. So, at the end of that day, the rest of it basically passing in relative silence and ease, you take your evening's rest and your night's watches and wake up the following morning. And as you do, Jeff, I'd like you to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Uh-oh.
Alright. 5.
Oh, no.
Okay. As you
Gotta put 'em
all
down.
are waking up and kind of just getting ready for the day, beginning with some light conversation, shaking off the grogginess of sleep, preparing breakfast. Jeff, you're to you sound normal. You sound like you're holding a conversation. Probably about what spices you're using to season the eggs that you're preparing for the group. Everyone else, Philly. He's just speaking complete gibberish. None of it makes any sense. They're not even approximating words. It's very odd, and it just, like, you kind of see the eye, like the third eye, like lolling about in its socket as this is happening. It's horrible.
Hey,
Nice.
Jeff.
Turns
Bleh.
to war talk. Can you understand him?
Hold on. Hey, Jeff. We'll
Yeah.
pull out a little something like notepad, pen, something to write with. Hey, Jeff.
Yeah, what's up?
Can you
Like
write
a
down
food?
the recipe, that you're using right now, or like what you're doing with these eggs? I'd like to remember it.
Sure, man. I'll take and start writing something down on the page. I don't know what's gonna be.
Eschun, a food. And the writing is perfectly fine. It
Okay.
all comes out with like the proportion of egg and like other ingredients that are put into it, the spices and their various amounts, instructions for actually like heating them over the campfire, etc. It's all completely coherent. It seems to be just his speech that is broken. And as you finish this up, as he finishes writing, it's been maybe about a little less than 10 minutes since you started noticing this just incoherent babble. And the next words that Jeff says as he kind of hands it to you are, "Here you go." Completely normal.
Hey, you got any questions?
Well, I was gonna talk to you while you were being psycho, but no, you're fine. I mean, you weren't psycho ever.
I'm still staring at Jeff like,
Y'all okay? You look like you've seen a ghost. Well,
Well, it's past now. It's fine. Let's carry on.
okay. Is the food good? Are you guys okay? Is there something I should know about?
No, I don't think so. No, it'll be fine. And
You're
I
fine.
give it like 3 days or so.
Okay.
Probably.
Okay. Well, as long as we're okay, I suppose we should hit the road, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
All right, let's
Jeff,
go.
can I get a survival check from you and a perception check from Kayana?
12.
Oh, that's not great. 15,
15. All right.
which I mean is decent, but I rolled a 7.
Oh, are you well, I suppose you have your heading for most of the day. What is your plan for picking up the trail? Do you want to like, when do you want to try and go back overhead and find the next bit of the path?
That's a good point. How clear is this path? I guess.
So the whole area is kind of difficult terrain. If you were flying overhead relatively constantly, you could pick out the clearer paths. But without knowing the lay of the land super well, it's kind of difficult to find them. Although, Jeff, what was your survival roll?
12.
Okay. Yeah, it's kind of difficult to find them without
Okay.
knowing where they are already.
I guess I would say after maybe about an hour, if we're still kind of trudging along and it doesn't look like we're gonna really find a clear path, then I think I'll go ahead and drink my Red Bull and get wings.
Okay. As you do take about an hour, and it's not like you're making progress towards the direction that you recall seeing like that clearing in. Actually, probably a clarification on my part is needed. When I said you saw those paths, they were a little ways off. They would have been more than an hour's travel away.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, you'll probably reach that area around midday or 1, like early afternoon today, after finishing yesterday's travel and then like half a day today. You'll kind of start getting into where it was more trodden.
I think I might still do it anyway because like I can still keep a lookout. I'm obviously a giant bird, so
Yeah.
everybody will like know where I am. I think
Okay, cool. Sounds good. So, give me a perception check with advantage as you're doing that about an hour away. An hour after your start.
21.
21. All right. So with that roll, you're able to kind of pick out the path and figure out. You're getting relatively, you're only a couple hours away, a few miles. And as you can kind of fly out and get that bird's eye view and range out past where you'd be able to see if you just went straight overhead, and you're flying, so it's a little bit faster. You
Yeah.
range out a ways, find where you kind of need to be to find a cleared out path, so that you and your compatriots can take a little bit of a faster track, and report that information back to Jeff, who's then able to kind of guide you all along your way.
Okay.
So, give me just a moment here. Trying to find something. We're getting there, I promise. I was hoping to do this before the session, so I'm very sorry that I have to take a moment now. But it's just,
All good.
unfortunately,
ma'am.
I was dealing with technical shit,
It'd
and
be like that.
it do.
I really like that the dab emotes are in the images the scroll fast.
I
It's
thought
really
that-
good. It's really good.
Wait, what now?
So if you look on the stream itself, there's just like an image slideshow. The dab emotes I made are included.
Oh. I'm watching for it. That's amazing. Kill him, rip.
Oh, is he still on there too?
That's-
That's fine.
Yeah.
So is Garrick. I also saw him in the roster.
Mm. Well, it's art you worked hard on, so whatever. It can continue being shown off.
Yeah.
Mad Cayenne.
Yeah.
This is our party comp.
Oh, there's a dab.
Oh, wait. I just have Angry Cayenne.
Oh. There's the other one.
No, I just have Snowy Cayenne.
It should
Oh,
be
you
next.
might be a little bit behind us then.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sounds like you be.
Oh, there's Clanky. There's my boy.
Blank.
Dabbing or just clanking?
So majestic.
I don't think
Dabbing
we have a
both.
non-dabbing. Never.
Yeah, I was gonna
dabbing.
say.
Never mind.
I don't think we have a non-dabbing Clanky.
That's all he knows.
Excellent. that's all he knows. All he
Yes,
knows how to
he
do
is.
is to dab on the haters.
It's a good skill to
Oh,
know, to
there's-
be honest.
Beautiful.
Blarg.
That's Jeff, right?
Hmm?
On the
Get
slideshow.
fried?
Oh, my bad.
So wait, that's our party comp you're saying?
Yeah,
Which one of us is which?
I'm Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You-
so which
you-
one of us is which?
Yeah, come on.
You can decide the others amongst yourselves. I just want to be Steve.
No.
You brought this meme.
Yeah.
You brought this
Yeah.
meme. Who's everyone else?
See the meme to
Uh,
completion, dang it.
Wartalk is death, Ilya's famine, Kaya's pestilence, Jeff is Steve.
My
Okay.
my one criticism. I'm going to be specking into Grave Cleric soon.
You want to swap
Yeah.
Death and Pestilence?
Yeah.
I mean, dead bodies are icky.
Hell yeah.
That's pestilence.
They can ruin the craps. That's also famine. My god, Cayenne is all of them.
Shit.
Diana is the apocalypse.
She is also Steve.
No.
We've been fooled.
No, not that one.
Don't
Not
tell me you
again.
don't tell me you multi-classed into Steve Cleric.
Look, I was so
Worse.
proud of you with that recap picture, and now, like, I really just. What do I
Soon
even
he'll be telling
say
us
at
she's
this
a
point?
Trader Joe.
What would be the domain spells
I mean,
for a
I am
Steve
from-
Cleric?
I did come from Dane, so I kind of am a Trader Joe in a way.
He'd have a dog. And also he'd find clues.
Alright, so he would have find familiar and locate object.
Uh-huh.
He would have a whole bunch of spells to give him familiars and like limited divination to find stuff.
But like
Well, I
his
know my next
wisdom
character.
stat would be terrible.
Yeah.
I have something cursed to share with the class.
Oh my
Please
god.
do. I shared all those Furbies, so might as well.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Yeah. All right.
Where is Clanky?
Everywhere. Nowhere.
Oh.
I'm ready for the curse.
Oh, I
There it
hate
is.
that.
Oh, wait. Oh, it's over there. Got it.
Oh, why? I hate that.
Oh no.
I thought it was ravioli at first, but it's definitely not.
Oh, good God.
I hate
Who's
it.
so cursed?
All right.
Oh, no! Come
Nick, I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not, but come
I was
back.
gonna say no, you're not.
Oh.
All right. Now hear me out.
Mhm.
Ketchup's made from tomatoes. Blend up some
Mhm.
bananas and some ketchup. You just have a smoothie. Prove me wrong. Change my view.
I'm not gonna do anything.
Would you want to drink a ketchup and banana smoothie?
Wouldn't that just
I
be
didn't
like?
say it was a good smoothie.
Wouldn't that just be like chunky V8?
No.
Oh.
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 If you want chunky V8, you can just wait a couple months.
Oh.
Reverse.
Well, does anyone have anything better to talk about?
Clearly not.
Trying to find that Cerberus Furby.
I'm not sure that's better.
No. This is a cursed evening.
Oh
Is
my
it?
god.
Does
Yeah.
it have to be?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Jeff's in the party. It's always a cursed evening with him around.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
Mm.
Also, excellent cursed voice, by the way, Matt.
Oh, good. Thank you.
The gibberish curse voice is excellent.
Yeah, it was fun.
Okay, this isn't it, but it's also good.
No.
Ah.
Okay.
That is simultaneously my least favorite of all of them and my favorite.
I could do you one worse.
Well, I
Go
like
for
that
it.
one because it looks like it died.
It looks like it's longing. Wait, keep the hot dog.
My hot dogs. Oh no, that's fine.
Yeah, that one's fine.
That's
that
that's
one's
Kevin.
okay.
Yeah, that's just Kevin. I don't see the issue.
Okay.
All right,
It's got a
we're just about
little
ready.
like faux hawk.
Finally,
We're good. We're just memeing. We're doing what we do best.
right?
Yes.
All right. So, as you are continuing along on your travels, you are rising upward and upward, higher in altitude into the upper reaches of the Ulvengart Range. And as you do so, the fog grows thicker and thicker as you're kind of approaching the same altitude as the clouds. There is a continued kind of difficulty of seeing. Your vision cannot penetrate the thick fog that begins to surround you. And what was your perception check for the day, Kayana, before you rolled your
For the
I think it was
day.
15?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. So, as you are ascending the mountainside and you've finally kind of found your way onto one of these more well-trodden paths, but nonetheless, like your way is still somewhat difficult because of this oppressive fog about you. It's difficult to keep your feet. You kind of like find yourself wandering off the path here and there, and getting back onto it a few minutes later once you find a patch of like a little bit better visibility and you can make your way out. But all too suddenly, you hear a twig snap to the side of you, and I would like everyone to roll initiative. And
Ah,
you are all surprised.
Is it an angry Furby?
You can say that again.
I don't like that one.
Oh wait, I need to roll
Really
two.
bad.
Are we at roll 20?
Yes.
Oh, Clanky slow.
I don't know if
Oh.
I haven't moved the players yet. I don't think. I will do that
Sign it.
now. You're now in roll 20, and I do believe Fog of War should be enabled.
Oh, I can see. Okay, there we are. Wait, who's this fifth guy with us? Who's the wizard?
I don't know. That shouldn't be there.
Steve!
Oh,
No,
it was
he's gone!
it was Travian, I think. I think that
Okay.
was Travian from before,
Aw.
when I had a battle set up for the
Oh.
Secretarian that did not end up happening because you all diplomacied your way out of it. Oh gosh.
I'm strangely still somewhat okay with it.
I can't see anything.
Oh gosh. I'm like pages
It's all
behind.
white. I'm blind.
You can't see
In roll
anything?
20, to
That's
be
not what we
clear.
want.
Oh,
I
is
didn't
this
go
one of
blind in real
2-minute
life again.
tabletops maps?
Yes, it is.
Hell yeah, I love that guy.
I love them.
Yeah. So,
Thank you, boss.
Just fresh.
yeah. All right. So as you are kind of coming about and you see this happen, who got above a 20?
Oh my god,
Nope.
the Furby planet.
All right.
I'm glad we don't
Obvious
have visuals today.
Anybody above a 15?
I got exactly 15.
Okay. 10
Oh,
or
wait,
above.
no. What's mine?
Oh,
sorry, I
I
did get
have
15 as well.
14.
Okay.
9.
Clank?
Clank got 7.
Okay. Wartalk, what did you get?
15. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed you.
No, it was while somebody else was talking as well because I forgot what my dex bonus was.
Gotcha.
Hmm.
Okay, so you all are surprised, which means you cannot take reactions on this round. And oh gosh, I'm gonna need to dual screen this shit.
We're in danger.
Oh, come on. Oh no, that's because you're still wide for some reason. There we go.
Can we cool it now with the Furbies, please?
Sorry, that was the last one.
Oh, Jesus.
Alrighty.
Got him.
So, we'll move
still just looking them up, aren't you?
No.
Alrighty, so you hear some as like you're kind of caught unawares but in your surroundings. You hear shuffling of leaves and branches as figures that you cannot see move through the terrain about you, and then of a sudden you hear a voice gruffly call out, "Don't let a single one escape!"
Don't like that.
And
Or you could let us escape if you want.
move there. And
How
then I would
about
like
you
to
do
see
anyway?
Kayana go.
Okay, we
So you
can't
have-
see anybody.
Actually, so I should give you a well, no, fog is gonna be hard to see much past that. I'll give you like another 10 feet, I think.
Do we have a set radius?
Not especially. There's a combination of trees and shrubbery and fog around that make it difficult to say exactly what. But say if it's clear, you could see 20 feet. So like if you move
Nice.
along the road, you could see 20 feet further down the road at any time.
Okay. Okay.
Also, just real quick, is everyone okay with going to 11 tonight, or does anyone need to stop
Yes.
we
I
did get started
took the rest of
around
the week
8.
off, so I'm good.
earlier? Nice. All right, cool.
What
Nice.
is that, my time?
8.
8.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. You said 11, I'm like, no, I have work tomorrow. I can't stay till 11, that's a lot.
I have to be up at 5, and that's how the cookie crumbles. But yeah, all right,
Yeah.
Kayana,
I'm still trying to decide what I want to do.
how would you like to die?
Ooh.
Not.
Oh, that's not up to me. That's up to these bastards.
Gosh. Without seeing anybody, this is a little bit hard.
Mm-hmm. Which means that you have all the information you could possibly have, so your decision might not matter.
I mean, I'm basically deciding between holding something for when I do see somebody or just putting a buff on. I am going to hold an action.
Okay. What is your trigger?
When there is an enemy within range that I can see,
Okay.
I am going to cast a 3rd level starburst on them.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. So after you will be Wartalk. Actually,
Okay.
Wartalk might necessarily come before you. You guys can kind of decide amongst yourselves since you both got 15s. Sorry, I forgot about that until I remembered that Wartalk also got the same number.
Yeah, that's
cool. Don't worry.
You said we have 20 feet of
clear
view
radiance.
if it's
yeah.
Okay.
Radius. Also,
Okay.
this should be hidden for a little bit further. Not much, but like another 5 feet.
I don't really want to go up there either. Does anybody
Actually-
really want to go up after them right now? Okay. I'm just gonna walk up a little bit. Oh,
Okay.
wait. I forgot to add that to my spell list.
You should do that. I don't know what that is, but you should do it.
The tentacles.
Ah, yes.
The new tentacles.
Wartalk's black tentacles.
Wartalk's black tentacles. That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
So I'm gonna add it if you wanna get ready for that.
Where are you casting it?
So here, it's a 20-foot square
Is it just around you? Or is it a
on the
range
ground
that
that you can see within range. Range
Yeah.
is 90 feet. Well, range is 180 feet.
Well, range is also what you can see, so anything that's not fog
Yeah.
board.
So can I like try this?
And I will go ahead and say, I don't know if this is rules as written or if it even specifies, but you only have to see the center of the thing you're trying to create.
Oh,
Like,
sick.
you don't have to see the full 20-foot square.
Z, Control Z. Okay, I can't Control Z. Right. There we go. All right. So let me do then. Okay, I can't see the left half of the box. I hope that's okay.
Uh-huh. That's fine. That is smaller than it ought to be.
I just drew it in the center of the box.
Yeah.
The boxes that would go around.
You hear screams of anguish.
No.
Oh,
It's more like this one, right? That guy?
yeah, there you go. There you go.
Cool. Okay.
Yes, there we go.
Alrighty, so black tentacles begin slurping up and emerging from the ground, kind of just writhing and twisting in the area.
Did you have to say that?
Yes.
Thank you for your tactical use of schlorping. I appreciate it.
You're very welcome.
Fuck off!
Alright, so, anything else on your turn, Wartalk?
That's it for now.
So for people, I need to get better at like visually describing things. So approximately 25 feet in front of Kyanna and Wartalk, this mass of tentacles covers a 20-foot on a side square. You don't hear any screams of anguish, but that
Yet.
area is effectively blocked off.
Hell yeah.
Soon you'll be hearing your own. All right, Ilya.
Okay. This fog we're in. It's not because it's nighttime. It's just fog, right? What's the situation?
It's just fog. It's basically because of the altitude. You're very nearly at like the height of the clouds, and so like any kind of low-hanging precipitous clouds have kind of dropped down into the peaks of the mountains, and that's
Okay.
where you're at.
Okay, cool.
It is
It's
still
like if you
daytime.
go hiking in the like the Black Hills or something.
I'm going to move here.
And despite the fact that a lot of these things look deciduous, all of these trees are in fact coniferous.
It just looks like green to me, dog.
Sounds like a Letterkenny bit. What can I see?
All right, you can see that.
Cool. I'm gonna move 10 more feet.
Okay.
Man, where are our torches on the fog map?
Oh! Wait. Can the spell light cut through the fog?
You'll have to
Like a
find out.
cantrip? Cool. I cast light on a rock at my feet, and then can I chuck it, or would I have to wait till my next turn?
I think, is light a bonus action or an action?
I think it's an action. Yeah, it's an action. Damn.
All right, so So realistically, casting light would actually probably hurt your visibility rather than help it. If you've ever turned on your high beams while driving through fog, you understand kind of like it reflects off of the many water droplets in the air and kind of blinds
can I
you a
say
little bit.
Can I just not do that and just hang out where I am?
I mean, you could dismiss it without an action, so you can
Cool.
be like, Ching, oh fuck, no.
Fuck, it's too bright. Shit. Damn it. Okay, yeah, I'm hanging out here. There's nothing else I can do.
Alrighty, I'm trying to figure out if you'd be able. No, you wouldn't be able to get one more square. That's all you got, dog. Alrighty.
Alas.
So by the way, when I said that thing earlier, I was an idiot and said it too early. It's at the end of one of y'all's turns, and it is now. So now he says, "Don't let a single one escape," which it's basically a legendary action, and he prompts all of his minions to move. So one of them emerges from the fog that you were approaching, Ilya,
Hello.
and comes right out. Oh, also you'd totally be able to see more into this square.
I assume I cannot see.
Let's get that out there.
No.
No,
25.
you could not. And it's also not along the road. It's half visibility in the trees, effectively. So Jeff can't see him either. It's just Ilya. The other two he'll go there, and he'll go there, and then there should be one more. Where did he go?
He's dead.
Yes.
Hooray!
He's right next
He
to
ran
Jeff.
away, the coward.
Oh, I mean, he's about to be dead. He walked up next to Jeff.
Careful, Jeff's gonna eat his entrails out.
What?
Oh no.
Just us holding Jeff back, like, sorry, he bites at strangers.
You can also see that one, Jeff. Two of them come up to you.
Ah!
Also, Ilya, I was wrong. He's the commander. He cannot move yet. So he's actually still back there. All right.
Yeah, I can see Jeffrey's situation, sort of.
So yeah, so you can see the well, it's half visibility through the trees, so you can't quite see him.
Oh, half.
Yeah, so like
Yeah,
half of
so-
your
Okay.
20 feet on the road, you get half of that through the trees, so 10 feet.
Okay.
Sorry, that should have been more clear. So since
No, you're
Jeff
good.
is about 20 feet away from you, and the assassins are both around that as well, it's a little too far.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now so the moving was their basically legendary action. Now it's actually the spies' turns, or the thieves' turns, whatever you want to call them.
The lads.
The shitheads.
Yeah.
The boys.
The boneheads.
The Joeys for our Trader Joe's.
No. No.
Let's
Something
just
like
collect every single enemy we fight like they're Pokemon.
Oh,
Soon we'll have an army to rival Dane.
that. All right.
Hmm.
Does Black Tentacles obscure vision?
I think it's just when you're in it.
Yeah.
I think it just restrains you.
Okay. Cool. So, Wartalk
Yo.
does. Oh, yes, a natural 20 does hit you.
Oh,
Okay.
Ah!
Nice playing with y'all.
it's
Alright.
been real, guys.
So that's sneak attack damage gets doubled too. So got what? A bunch of d6s here. That is 15 points of damage from. Well, no, sorry. 15 plus 18. 33 points of damage
Oh!
Oh,
as a crossbow bolt just whinges out of the fog and strikes you like straight above the heart, like right in the shoulder, missing your vital organ by mere inches.
There goes my 1 temp HP. God.
you'll never get that back. It's gone now.
Oh
And-
god, are you okay?
Nope. And Ilya does a 21 hit you.
No.
What the fuck do you think?
Okay, it's actually possible for you at this level to have that be a no.
Yes, it does.
Okay, cool.
I have 18.
That is 12 points of piercing damage to you as another bolt
Ow.
flies and skewers you. While they are still heavily obscured, you kind of know that in general the bolts came from this direction, both of them. Can you all see that ping?
North. Or
Just barely.
northwest.
I can make it a
north-
different
northwest,
color, I
yeah.
think, maybe?
When it's underneath the fog, we can't see it, but I saw it
Oh,
Here.
going out.
well, that sucks.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
It starts there. It starts like 1 block north of there is what you think. That's kind of the center of where they came
Okay.
from.
Just pulse this area.
Yep. All right, and then Jeff, you're gonna get 2 attacks on you.
Just do that.
That's good. That's real good. Also topical.
Yay!
All right. Well, one of them crit fails.
Good.
Correct, nerd.
But does not hit his friend. The other one is
Everything can be solved with Google.
a dirty 20 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. He does not have advantage on this, so it's just the regular damage.
I
Which
still
is
have my
5
crutches
points
with
of
googly eyes
slashing,
all day.
piercing damage.
Hell yeah.
Sorry, how much damage do I take?
5.
My temp HP absorbs all of it.
Cool. As a side note, you actually only take 2, because
Oh.
you're now raging.
I'm raging?
In fact, you're not only raging, you're in a frenzy.
I'm
you
in a
have,
frenzy?
Yep, you have advantage on all of your attacks because they are by default reckless.
Oh, awesome.
You get +2 melee damage,
Yay!
and you will take a point of exhaustion after this combat is over.
Well, worth it.
Okay, I'm within 10 feet of Jeff. I can see this.
You can see, like, what you see, he's kind of turned away from you, so you don't see the eye or anything, but you see these 2 guys, like, go at him, and you just suddenly see his, like, shoulders start, like, heaving. Like, he's like...
He's evolving. Quick, press B.
What if I want to evolve?
No, you're staying a Charmeleon
Not
forever.
allowed.
No!
Alright, it's Clanky's go.
Oh yeah, no, that's me.
I do 1 hacking concern.
There.
Oh wait, technically, since that enemy came within my range, my trigger would go off.
True, yes. I forgot about that. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
That is a...
They basically came out at the same time, so you get your choice of which one you want to target.
I think I can only see one of them because of the fog,
Yes.
though.
True.
So that is a 22?
Hits.
That's what 14 plus 8 is. Yes. Okay. So
That hits.
is 5d8. I don't know. What type damage should I do? Should I do lemon or grape?
I don't know. Let me roll a d6. Call evens or odds for grape.
I'm gonna do lemon.
Okay.
Okay, so that is... Oh god, that's a lot. So that's 14, 18... 23... Oh god, that's 30 damage.
Alright. Well, it's a good thing that was the one that missed you, Jeff, because otherwise we'd have to retcon some damage. Yeah. So, Jeff, as one of them, like, sprints out of the wicker the forest at you, this just blast of radiant light comes in as she's swinging her blade downward, and it just catches her full in the chest and just sends her flying backwards, striking her against the trunk of a tree, and she just flops to the ground, unmoving.
Good.
So, she did.
Good.
Efficient.
Indeed. Alrighty.
Okay.
I should have given them more health to match their leaders' upped health. Oh well.
Nope.
Yeah, I mean, you all know the at least a max of health, so can't do that now. Alrighty. Clanky moved.
Yeah.
And alright, so it's his turn. Alright. Yeah. Okay.
Wait, how can they see through the frickin'?
They got special eyes.
What are they?
Ilya.
Yes.
That's not super great, even with advantage. That is a 15 to hit. Does that hit?
Nope.
Okay. So you see a crossbow bolt flinging from this direction whiz past the side of your head. After you do,
Wait, same place or from?
the other side, south.
Oh, okay.
I think he doesn't like that happened to him. So
Well,
he
can
is
go suck a
going
dick.
That he fucking missed.
yeah, that he fucking missed.
Frickin' nerd.
All right,
Was
he's
he-
going to rush up out of the fog to you with his blade drawn, and then
Oh,
attack
hello.
you. And that's a 22 to hit.
Oh, yeah.
Goodbye.
Okay.
Don't say that.
Oh, come on. You wouldn't get knocked out in the combat. It's fine.
That's
That would
that's
never
a lot.
Don't.
That is
Nick!
4 points of piercing damage
Okay.
He didn't crit
and 26 points of poison
Ooh.
Ow!
Whoa!
as he shoves his
Whoa!
short sword underneath of a chink of the armor in your ribs. You just feel the wound like almost immediately begin to fester and infect, and this sharp burning pain
Ew.
courses through you.
Is that the commander?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I missed that part. I'm gonna go murder him.
Yeah, he looks a little bit more decked out than the
No,
rest
it's
of
just
them.
it's just a regular looking dude.
With
It's
a
like
really
I'm really
bad-
pissed that I missed. Yeah. Fuck you.
All right.
It's like, hey man.
So
am I
the rest of you
poisoned?
can't. No, it's just poison damage. Wait, I'm so sorry. Actually, make a Constitution saving throw. You might take half damage. That was silly of me. Of course, it's a save for half thing.
17.
Okay, yes, you take half of that instead.
Okay.
So it was 13
Nice.
points of poison damage instead of 26.
All right, cool.
It's a lot better.
Ugh.
Ellie, are you okay?
Ow!
Yeah, so you
Is
won't be
Ilya
able
hurt?
to see this, but you hear Ilya scream out in pain.
Hey, yeah, you want me to murder somebody?
I might have it.
All right. Oh wait. Oh, okay, cool, good. No, I trust you. You got this.
Okay, Kayana, you're up.
Oh, man.
The places you're relatively sure there's another one around Jeff because of things you've heard. You know that there's one near Ilya, and Warthog almost got hit by a bolt from this direction. I'm on the
Okay.
wrong tool. This direction.
So, I guess lacking context, I think.
Cast haste on me. You won't regret it.
See, I'm actually thinking of casting another concentration buff. I'm thinking of actually casting Aura of Purity because I totally think that they just fucking did something to Jeff. And obviously this is bad news bears. So yeah, I'm gonna get my aura out and let's see, it's a 30-foot radius. Let me edit my thing.
I have no idea if 30 feet will actually be 30 feet, so we might have to workshop it a bit. That actually looks good. Holy shit, nice.
Yep, okay, so
Sweet.
everybody.
I can't see your aura.
Yeah, I can't see it either.
Oh.
Well, I
But
can tell you if
trust
you're in
it's
it.
There.
Okay.
It should be
It
something
currently
that
covers
you can
everyone.
enable.
Me
Oh, yeah.
personally?
Yeah, the DM can personally go into the settings of the token and
Yeah, I got
say enable sight on this.
Wow.
Anyway,
Did that show up for you guys?
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Everything turned yellow, so yes.
Excellent. Good.
So
How
we
solid
have
yellow?
I can see fine. It's good.
Okay. Okay.
I can see
we
it.
have resistance to poison damage, and we have advantage
Oh.
on saving throws against blind, charm, deafness, fear, paralysis, poison, and stun. So basically,
Just a little bit too late, but good.
We are filled with determination.
it's good for going forward.
Yes. Alrighty. Anything else?
I guess I will keep moving. 5, 10, 15, 20.
So the trees again. Well, I don't know if again,
Right,
but the trees are
yeah.
difficult terrain. The
They're
half vision is
difficult.
also half movement. But the road you can move through totally fine. And like that stuff in the middle of the road, I'm not counting as difficult terrain. That little greenery there, that's fine.
Okay.
I basically imagine that as like small patches of grass that have not been trodden down as much by wagon wheels.
Okay. End turn.
Okie doke. Wartalk, you're up.
Okay.
I did it again. I should have asked if you wanted to go before her.
That's fine.
Have I had a turn yet?
Where the fuck? Wait,
yeah.
What was your initiative?
9.
Motherfucker, what was Clanky's?
7.
Okay, yeah, you should have. Jeff, you'll get 2 turns in a row this time, or do you want to just go right after Wartalk? That's probably better.
I'll just go after Warthog.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well,
Don't know
Idiot
how I
said
missed
she's
that.
fine. So. Do I see anything from here?
Yes.
Okay. Got 5 more feet of movement after this.
Yeah. All right, you'll see 10-ish, and 10-ish. You'll see one of them.
Hello.
So you've now come close enough that you can spy one of the spies. It's just what they're called in the monster manual. I'm not making a political statement about what they are.
Yep. No, that's fair. That's fair. You know. You and your political statements, guys. Anyway, I'm going to. Hold on, I gotta read the wording on something because I forget.
Yeah. So you walk up kind of like skirting around the sort of rocky outcropping at the edge of the path, kind of abutting the edge of the forest, and as you do, one of these thieves kind of looms up out of the fog in front of you, kind of crouched down behind like a small shrubbery, but you're able to make out his form against the natural vegetation around him.
Okay, I'm just gonna kind of creep up to where I am.
Yep.
Boo, and I'm gonna shoot him.
Okay. With Eldritch Blast?
Eldritch, yeah.
Cool.
All right. First one. That's a 16.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay, so that's gonna be. What's this? D. It's gonna be this. Oh, that's. And then I've got actual stuff on this now. So that's plus. 5. So that's 14 damage, and I would like to push him 10 feet.
Into your tentacles?
Right into him.
Cool. He is in the tentacles. Does that do
All right,
anything when
as
he
soon as he
enters them, or
enters-
only when he starts his turn?
When you enter for the first time in a turn.
Okay, so it will be now too. Cool.
Yep.
So the dexterity saving throw, what is your DC?
My DC is 5. Where did it go?
Let's try
16.
16. Oh, they don't get proficiency on that saving throw, so that is only a 12.
Oh, get wrecked, nerd.
Alrighty, so he takes 3d6 in addition to
Okay.
your 14 you've already dealt him.
Yep. That's going to be 11.
11 points of damage. He's looking very rough.
And then I'm going to shoot him again.
Okay,
That's a 22
that hits.
with 7 damage.
Alrighty. So you blast him backwards into the tentacles, which begin like wrapping around his legs and like crushing the bones in his legs. And then you slam another Eldritch Blast, which crackles with this sizzling purple electrical energy around his torso, kind of wreathing him up in it. And he falls backwards, and the rest of the tentacles behind him kind of reach up and grab and like pull him down into the earth.
Oh, they're eating him again! Elia, they're eating it! Guyana,
Oh.
Guyana, they're eating him again!
You're so excited.
Excellent. Alright, so he's super dead.
It's fine.
What the fuck? Oh, I just deleted your tentacles.
Ah, my tentacle.
Undo.
He needs those.
Can I undo more than once?
Actually,
No, I can't.
we haven't seen anything else come from this direction, have we?
No. Was it there? Was that what it was?
Yeah.
That look. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
That's about right.
Yeah, it's right
it
next
was
to
right
it.
below you, and yeah, you were right above Ilya and right below Kayana, so I think that's right. I think it might have been a square to the right, actually. Now that I say that.
No, it was there because you can see the
No,
remnant.
it was
Yeah,
there.
it was there.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
there it is.
Yeah, okay, yeah, sure. Cool. Alrighty. Wartalk, anything else?
Depending on if I want to drop the tentacles.
Don't.
Okay.
I'm gonna do
No.
a cool thing, maybe.
Alright, I'm gonna leave the tentacles up.
You gonna suplex the dude?
Do
All
it.
right. At the end of your turn,
Yeah,
Wartalk,
that's me.
you see him kind of look around the boss man. Well, you don't see him, but Ilya, you kind of see him like push away and like take quick stock of the battlefield, and he calls out, "Fire!"
Huh? Pardon?
And let's see, Kayana.
No, not the child.
Does 22 hit you?
What do you fucking think?
You're welcome. Hey, I have to ask.
You
None
could
of us
write
have,
it down.
None of us have above 20 AC, just FYI.
It's still fun to ask you if a high number hits.
Fun for who exactly?
Me. Alright.
As a DM, I prefer efficiency. I write it down so I don't have to ask.
You prefer efficiency, so you're gonna keep talking at me?
What
Last
the
session was
fuck?
a killer episode, guys.
What the
Just
fuck?
I'm
FYI.
kidding.
You don't have to
I
watch
know
last
you
session.
are. What?
Alright,
Okay,
no,
but it's
but
okay.
it's 9 points of piercing damage to you.
Okay. Ouch. Who fucking did that?
Yeah, where did that come from?
It came from where you saw them coming from before.
Oh, okay. So
Here.
like this.
Alrighty. So that's that, and then he does have a ranged attack, and he would make it at disadvantage against Jeff, so he's gonna make it against Kayana, the other person he can kinda see.
Stop shooting our child.
Oh, you can't see him. There. Oh. Okay, that is 21. No, that's only 18 actually. Do you have 18? Do you have above 18?
I have 17.
Ilya, sorry.
Oh, me? No, I have 18.
Okay, that does hit then. And it is sneak attack because he is out of your range of vision.
Who's attacking?
The one right in front of you is attacking Ilya.
Alright, I'm gonna use my reaction to hit him with Sentinel.
Okay.
That is a lot to hit. That is like 26 to hit.
Okay. That does hit. Ilya, you will take, well, I guess maybe Jeff will kill him.
He takes 18 slashing damage.
Nope. Alright, Ilya, you take 6 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Alrighty. That is the legendary action, which will bring us to Ilya.
So
Do I
I'm
still
gonna...
not get to go yet?
No, you are. Oh, right. You were going to be after.
You said I could go
Warthog.
after
Yes.
Warthog.
Warthog.
Just catch
Go
up.
ahead, Jeff.
All right. Cool. I'm raging, right?
Launch this guy.
Cool.
No,
All right,
come
here
on,
we go.
come on.
All right, I'm just. All right, I'm just gonna let out just a massive, like, draconic enraged roar, and I'm just gonna start tearing apart the guy in front of me.
Amelia sweats nervously to Jeff's right.
Diana sweats nervously.
That's an 18 to hit that guy.
That does hit.
Cool. He takes 14 slashing damage.
Alrighty, he goes down.
Cool. I'm gonna start heading. I'm gonna move to here. Do I see this guy yet?
You see him then.
Okay. I'm gonna just run up and just take my other attack at him.
Okay.
That is a 26 to hit.
That does hit.
Cool. I'm gonna make this a tripping attack.
Okay.
He takes 23 slashing damage and has to make a strength save.
Strength.
Yep.
Alright, that is a 15.
That is not good enough.
And how much
he is
slashing
knocked.
damage was it?
23.
Okay.
He is knocked prone.
Okay.
I'm going to action surge and hit him again.
Okay.
That is a 27 to hit.
Hits.
Cool. I'm going to make this one a menacing attack.
Okay.
You couldn't just let me chuck him into the tentacles?
he takes 15 damage and has to make a wisdom save.
That was 22. 21.
Okay. Oh, okay. Sorry. I spaced out for a second. 21 passes.
Okay.
All right. Hit him one more time. That is an 18 to hit.
That does hit.
Cool. I'm going to try menacing attack again.
Okay.
He takes 18 slashing damage and has to make.
18, you said?
Yep.
Okay. That is a 15 on his.
That is a failure. He is now frightened of me until the end of my.
Okay. He's actually not. He can't be frightened.
Okay. Well, he's still knocked prone and in front of a very angry dragon, furiously destroying him with a sword. All right, that's my turn.
Dragonborn, thanks. Alrighty. Ilya, you're up.
Do it.
Cool. Can I just pick him up and chuck him into the tentacles?
You could certainly try.
What do you need me to roll?
That would be athletics, and he will oppose it.
Okay.
Basically a grappling check.
He's on the ground. I'm not that scared. That is 17.
25. He's a slippery motherfucker.
Damn it.
Rip.
Alrighty. That is unfortunately your action.
Yeah. I'm going to move 1 square away from Jeff. And that's where I'll end my turn.
Okay.
Good call. Good call.
Came running in, right up next to me. Destroyed this guy's whole career. Jesus
Alrighty.
I'm angry.
This
Jeff
battle's gonna get over.
You said 20, right? So 22 hits.
We're all gonna
Yeah.
reconvene.
Excellent.
Is that against me?
Jeff's gonna be fine, and Ilya's gonna come back scarred. She's gonna walk out of the fog like.
That's good. That is 17 points of piercing damage.
That is half because I'm raging, right?
Yep.
Cool.
As a an arrow just pierces the back of your armor out from an unknown location in the trees.
I roar back at the source of the arrow.
Okay.
Wait, his
Cayenne and Warthog through the tentacles, you just hear like massive draconic sounding roars.
God.
Alright. Jeff, now it's your actual turn.
Cool, I'm gonna hit him again.
Okay.
Chuck him into the tentacles.
That is a natural 20.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm gonna do menacing attack again.
Alrighty.
Stop, stop, he's already dead.
Let's see. So let's see, maxed. And then roll again. So. Okay. That is 35 slashing damage.
Alrighty. He is starting to look hurt.
Okay. I'm going 5, 10. I'm gonna hit him again.
Okay. He's also not frightened from your menacing attack because he can't.
That's okay. That is a 26 to hit.
Okay, that hits.
I'm gonna do a pushing attack. He needs to make a strength save.
Okay. That is not enough.
All right, I do 18 slashing damage, and he is pushed 15 feet backward into the tentacles.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna wave bye to him as he passes by.
It's a dex save.
Yep, 16.
Sorry,
yeah.
is this
Natural 18.
All right.
is this vision obscured with the tentacles, or is it all plain to see?
So you can't see much because he's even still like a little bit out of your line of sight. Like you see some movement at the edge of your vision, but yeah, it's not like in plain sight. Aura of Purity, I don't think penetrates this fog.
No, that's
Because
fine.
it's not like
It's
a blinded condition. It's just an ambient obscuration.
Right. The Hunger of Hadar obscures vision. This one does
Yes,
not.
that's correct. Yeah.
All right.
Different short
these-
tentacles.
I'm gonna use my last 5 feet of movement to move back into the aura towards Ilya and the guy just like growling and snarling.
Cool.
That's my turn.
Alrighty. Clanky's up.
Okay.
Thank my star.
Clanky only knows where one of the arrow that hit Jeff. Would Clanky have heard that or know where that is?
Yeah. You all can kind of
What
get
direction?
an idea that it comes from over
Oh,
here.
that direction. Okay.
Weast.
Alright, he
Clank has
sees
moved.
10 feet into the trees. Oh my gosh, would you close the thing when you do that? Thank you. Alright.
Ah. Hello, friend.
Oh.
Punch.
Clanky would like to throw him into the tentacles.
Yeah! Get in the pit!
Make a athletics check.
Okay.
That's probably a failure. He rolled very low.
Roll 20. What is this?
Like a 6.
Plus strength, I
Athletics, so
assume?
plus strength.
Dirty 20.
Okay, yeah. That succeeds. He gets thrown.
Throw him into the tentacle.
Yay!
He gets chucked right in there.
Alright. Dex
And
save.
dex save. 16?
16 is the DC.
Okay, so it meets it, so he's okay. Alrighty. He's gonna
Wait,
do that
is
again at the
the
beginning of his
throwing,
turn.
is he then prone?
You know, I don't think there are great rules for that, so I'm just gonna make him make another dex save to not fall.
Okay.
Nope, he's prone.
Okay.
It rolled really well on Jeff's turn, and then it rolled really badly on your turn.
Yeah.
Same die. What do I want? I want to.
I have the power of anger on my side.
The power of anger in anime.
Something like that. That's prone. He prone.
Demons.
Cool. Alrighty. It is the assassin's turn. He is going to make his dex save. That is a natural 16.
Shame.
And let's see. What does he want to do?
Difficult terrain for all that matters.
Indeed. Does he have to make a save as he's walking through it, or just at the beginning of his turn? Just at the beginning
I
of his turn.
believe just as you start or enter.
Cool. Alrighty.
Yeah. Enter on the first time in a turn or start a turn.
Okay.
Or start its turn.
Jeff, he walks right up to you and just snarls right in your face and goes for you.
Cool. Bring it.
That is a 18, which I believe misses.
That does miss. My AC is 20.
That is a 20,
That does hit.
which is...
Just Sparta kick him right back.
I used all my superiority dice.
Ah.
So you take 4 points of piercing damage, which is halved to 2, and
Good.
then you take 28 points of poison damage. Well, make a con save.
That also gets halved because of the aura of purity, right?
Yes.
Cool. My
You
con
have
save was
advantage on saves against poison.
It's
okay.
not against poison; it's poison damage.
Okay.
Yeah, you just have you have resistance to poison damage. Okay.
Yeah.
I failed the con save, but still halved because of the aura of purity. Only got 9. So it's 2 points of piercing damage and 14 points of poison.
Yep. And
Okay,
he goes in
so
for his 16 points total.
Okay,
And
done.
he goes
All
in
right,
for
cool.
a second attack, or his
All
third
right.
attack, second one that might hit. And yeah, that's a 24.
That hits.
That time it's 8 points of piercing damage halved to 4,
Uh-huh.
and 27 points of piercing damage halved
Poison.
to 13, possibly halved again if you succeed.
No, I failed the con save again.
Okay, so 13
So
more
it's-
points of 13 more points of poison and 3 points of piercing.
All right, so 17 damage total.
Yep.
All right. Okay.
How
Alright.
are you looking there, bud?
I'm at about half.
Okay.
He's fine.
All right, that is his turn, and then it's Kayana.
Oh jeez. Oh jeez.
Oh no. Oh no. He's having a crisis.
Yeah, this is... What the fuck? I did not expect my day to start off like this. Oh god. Oh god. Tell you what. I'm gonna give you a healing word, Wartalk.
Deal.
So, you'll get 8 HP back,
Sick.
and let me mark that off. And I'll just cast Frostbite on the guy who's prone in the tentacle, so he has to make a con save.
Okay. That is a 5.
Poor man.
He does not pass. So
No.
that is
But he
5
tried his
cold
best.
damage.
Okay. He takes 5 cold damage.
And I'm just gonna... Oh no, I'll go there.
Just kind of tiptoe around the tentacles. It's all fine.
Yeah, I don't really want to go in the woods, so I'm just gonna stay put.
That's fair.
Alright, that's my turn.
Okay. At the end of your turn, the assassin cries out, "Focus on their weak spots!" Kind of looking over his shoulder to the one that remains. And that is his legendary action. Warthog, you're up.
Oh, sick. So he's just sort of prone there on the ground.
Yup.
In tentacles, very, very cold. Not having a good day.
Hey, friend, how you okay, Mr. Spy, or whatever you are?
He just kind of sneers up at you.
Do you want me to spare your life?
Make a persuasion check.
Hey, man, what if you just didn't?
Nat 1.
Oh, no!
Oop.
Spits in your face.
Uh,
I hope some of that got on the camera. I don't know if it did.
It absolutely did. Yeah, right over there. Yep.
I'm glad that had the desired effect.
All right. How? Yeah. All right. I'm just gonna lean over him and just pop, pop.
All right.
Just pulls out your gun,
16 to hit.
Pap, pap.
So wait, are you Eldritch blasting him from point blank?
Oh, yeah.
yeah. So while it would cancel out.
I think he's 5 feet away against a prone target, so that gives advantage. But he also
Yeah, it would
Disadvantage.
cancel out, so it's a straight roll.
it cancels out. I think.
Yeah. All right.
So 16 hit on the first one.
What was the total? I didn't hear you.
16 hit.
16,
8 damage.
Yes.
Yep.
8 damage. Alrighty.
Second one is 27 to hit.
Yes.
9 damage.
Alrighty. He's still up, but he does not look happy.
Well, yeah. Not for long.
Alrighty. Ilya, you're up.
Do it.
Oh my god.
That's a boy.
So, before I do the thing that I really want to do, I'm
Mhm.
going to do the thing that I should do, which is I'm going to spend 2 healing light dice on Jeff.
Okay.
Take 9 back.
Hooray! Thank you.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to baseball bat this guy back into the tentacles.
Okay.
Athletics, yes?
Yes. If you're, I thought you were hitting him.
Well,
with
I
some-
am.
Okay, cool. Are you hitting him with a weapon, or are you trying to hit him to grab him to throw him?
Like, I'm hitting him with my axe to, like, baseball bat him into the tentacles, if that makes any sense at all.
Okay. Are you envisioning this working like an attack or like a quote-unquote grapple?
You're just trying to shove him into the tentacles, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then yeah,
Shove
go
is
ahead
an
and make
athletics check, I think.
Okay, say that again, because you're both talking at the same
Oh,
time.
sorry. Athletics check.
Okay. Thank you. 19.
19.
Mm-hmm.
Which I believe on contests the resistor is the one that has to meet, so I think that doesn't succeed.
Damn it.
I will double check though, because this matters.
She has flanking, right?
That doesn't give advantage on ability checks.
Also, no, as I amended, flanking only counts if you're on
that's right.
opposite sides.
That's right.
Quick, Kiana, get over here.
What? What?
We got a monkey in the middle of this guy.
Yeah, so the situation remains the same as it was before, so there's no effect.
Damn it, okay.
You need healing?
Alrighty. Anything else?
No.
Okay. Spy makes a save. If he fails, he dies. If he
With
succeeds,
disadvantage?
he might die.
If he's still prone, he has disadvantage on the save because prone gives you disadvantage on deck saves.
Yes, it does. 17, 14 for a total of 16.
That passes.
Shit, man. All right.
These tentacles have just been like a lawn ornament.
They ate somebody.
They did eat somebody.
Oh yeah, they did eat someone.
Exactly like a lawn gnome does.
Yeah, that's true.
Wait.
All right. Yeah, so it's got advantage on this from his boss's villain action.
Not the villain action.
It's a 7.
Villain action.
That is a 19 plus 4. So yeah, 23 hits, I assume.
Me or Clank?
You.
I assume he stood up to attack Warthog.
Yes.
Okay.
And that is 12, 13, 14 points
I meant to
of piercing
push him
damage.
back 10. 14 points.
Yes.
Okay. Got it.
Alrighty. And
Fine.
he makes a second melee attack. But this one does not have advantage because it's literally just the next attack. So this one's just a straight roll, and that's a 3. So he just like he manages to like find like right next to the artery under your arm and like skewers the dagger in there, and like you're kind of bleeding hard. But then like as you flinch downward to like clutch the wound, he goes above your head with the second strike and just whiffs completely.
You missed. You should have surrendered. I was telling you. Like, no.
All right.
That's all right though.
Jeff, you're up.
I'm going to attack him.
Okay.
That is 26 to hit.
Hits.
Cool.
Drop the tokens.
Motherfucker.
What?
I forgot that I should have advantage on every attack against you. Because reckless. That's my bad. Continue.
All right. He takes 15 slashing damage.
Alrighty.
Is he dead yet?
Not quite.
All right, I'm gonna hit him again. That is a 21 to hit.
That also hits.
That is 18 slashing damage.
Not quite. He is like on the verge of death.
Okay. I'm gonna use my bonus action to second wind.
Okay.
I regain 15 hit points.
Alrighty.
That is my turn.
Clanky.
Oh, just punch a man.
Headbutt him.
So I will point out, if you take him out of the tentacles and throw him back in, that's the first time he enters them on a turn.
Yeah, all right,
Come
yeah.
on,
yeah.
Clank Meister.
You convinced me. 23.
10.
How come you guys are all the easily tossable guys?
I want him to grab his ankles, yank them out from under him, and then like do the spinny toss and just chuck
Yep.
him.
Yep.
Yeet!
So yeah, Clanky just like pulls his legs out from under him, spins him around, and yeets him back down into the tentacles. And he has to make his deck save, which was almost a nat 20, but went to a 2.
That fails.
Super hard. You don't even need to roll. Actually, no. Technically, you do. Technically, you do.
No.
Roll for
Okay.
overkill.
14.
Yeah. All right. As he's just like they kind of, as Clanky is moving around, like the tentacles seem to sense what's happening, and they all kind of open up and then just
Oh.
crash inward on him as he gets slammed down into the ground in the middle.
Ah.
You hear us
I
like,
don't think anybody saw that.
That's great.
Kayana might have seen the tentacles shift and then crash inward. She wouldn't have seen what they actually ate.
Was there
I figured she'd be running forward.
Was there a scream?
Oh yeah. A scream followed by the crunch of bones.
I know what happened. I know what happened.
Meanwhile, Warthog's just like, neat.
I gave him a chance, and he
Warthog, Warthog just smiles and looks at the kite. He's just like, I made this.
Super dead.
No,
All right.
if she looks back, don't worry, I got him. Go on.
Just like,
Okay. The assassin, being the only one left, looks around, digs a hand into his coat, pulls it, and just yeets something into the forest. Just throws it as hard as he can. As he does, the fog begins to lift.
fuck this guy.
What?
Fog just clears all around the area, moving with whatever object he threw.
Oh.
I want that object.
And then
Oh, he got that Arm & Hammer baking soda, huh?
I think that would. Well, let me see here. Throw a small object as an object interaction.
Think so?
Okay, yeah, that would count. So he's not trying to pinpoint throw it. He's just chucking it. So then, as his action, he falls on his own sword.
Oh, he just seppukus himself.
Yep. He just
Can-
he chucks it, looks you in the eyes, and just shoves his blade into his sternum.
Cool, can I chuck him into the tentacles now?
Sure.
Okay, I do that.
All right. As he dies.
Who has a weak spot now?
I just give another.
The tentacles.
I just give another enormous triumphant roar as Ilya throws the last guy into the tentacles.
As you give that roar, it peters out at the end. It's this great bellowing sound that just, and you're exhausted.
Ugh.
Jeff, you kind of blink and come back to your senses, and you're just sore all over, and you don't remember any of the last minute.
Yeah. What happened? Where are we? Where'd all the fog go?
What do you mean, what happened?
I
Demolished
Oh my God, there's
several
a lot.
men.
What? Oh wow, there's a lot of bodies around here. What happened?
No, there aren't.
What? What's going on? Were we in a fight? I don't remember any.
Yes, we were in a fight.
Oh, well, what? Are you guys okay? Did we win? I assume we won. Us.
He ripped a guy to shreds, right?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
what
so
now?
there would be blood on him.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
And
yeah,
there'd
that
be
was
a
there,
desecrated body 20 feet away.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
didn't make that one.
Yeah.
You
there
see
was.
that?
Didn't
Oh,
You see
oh
that
wow.
over there?
Oh,
You
oh
did that.
goodness. I did that.
Look at yourself.
Oh
Jeff
my
starts
God.
babbling again.
What am Yep.
Oh no, you're not even talking.
This time
What?
it only
What's
lasts
wrong?
about a minute before it.
We can't
What's-
understand you.
What? I'm speaking common. Everyone
Jeff.
does common.
Jeff, yes, no. Are you making sense to yourself?
Yeah, I
Right
can
now?
understand. What are you?
Fuck,
You're
I
the
should
one
get
not
it.
making. You're the one not making sense, man. I
You
thought
can
everybody.
understand me right
common.
now.
Yeah, I nod.
Egen, food! Kick off!
How do you feel about? Should
How do I
I
feel
just
about what?
teleport him 500 feet in the air and knock him out?
What?
I think that's a little.
No!
Is it?
Don't do that.
Heck! Flag!
Go!
I was joking, Jeff. But we can't hear you. You've lost it. You've officially
Right.
lost it. I think you took a concussion in that fight. We should take you to some priests. They might be able to help you out. But I think you got a concussion. Does anybody know what a
Not
concussion
making-
is?
Oh yeah,
Poison-
concussions are a thing. Like you might not have the word concussion, but you know that.
I
Like,
mean, my head feels mostly fine. I feel super tired though. I really don't.
I mean,
He
short-term
starts
memory
sounding
loss.
normal about halfway through that sentence, so it's like, "Hey sugar, look at me. I mostly feel normal though."
What the?
I'm just. I feel really tired though. Can we like rest for a
Yeah,
little
no,
bit?
that's
You
a symptom
didn't
of a
hear
head.
that?
Jeff, hey, buddy, I have an
Yeah.
idea.
What's up?
Would you like one of us to just kind of carry you?
I don't
I
think
don't know
anyone
if we can.
I don't
No,
know
no,
if
no,
any
no,
of
no,
you
no.
That one of
could.
us.
No, Jeff, I can make you into like a bunny rabbit, and then we can like carry you the rest of the way. It would be for an hour. Would you like to be carried for a little bit?
Jeff, make a wisdom save.
Oh, okay.
Bunny.
Take a nap inside.
Bunnies are friggin' awesome.
4.
You want to be a bunny.
Kyanna's like often kind of rude to you, and whenever she does this thing where she's like nicer, it's usually because she wants something.
Come on, Cayenne. I can walk on my own 2 feet. Like,
Sure. I
I mean-
understand, but you're really tired, right? You just
mean,
you
yeah,
don't
but, like-
remember what happened.
I'm not
Are you-
useless. I can still walk. Like, is there something you want? Like,
No one's saying you're useless. We're worried.
And yeah, we're just worried about you.
I get that you guys are worried, and I appreciate that, but I can walk. I'm fine.
Jeff, make another wisdom save. With advantage.
Okay. That one's an 11.
Okay. With Ilya also saying this, it sounds a little bit more reasonable. Still leery of it, but a little bit less.
Mom friend 2K20.
All right, fine, but I don't want to be carried. I'll ride on Mr. Clanky ship.
Make him a bearded dragon.
All right, so Jeff is willing.
Yeah.
All right. What do you want to be?
Being a bird was pretty fun last time.
But the point is for you to ride. I guess you could perch on.
I could
Clayton's
ride as a
shoulder.
bird. Birds can stand.
Make him a
Sure.
penguin. Flightless bird.
I don't think I can do a penguin. I don't think I've seen a penguin. I'll make Jeff into an owl.
Make him a peacock.
Okay.
All right, Owl Jeff will perch on Mr. Clanky's head.
Cool. Alrighty.
Does the owl have a third eye?
Yes.
Oh, I hate it.
I look directly at Kyanna with my hooting.
He looks very wise. It's a little less creepy than on like there's still like the note of like this is Jeff's third eye and it's creepy, but like as an owl it's like a little less so.
However, the owl can twist its head around and
His
look at me.
chakras.
With
Yeah, so
yeah,
if it does that, it'll be more creepy.
I'm
but-
totally looking.
Yeah,
I'm totally like looking at.
Excellent.
Yeah,
All right.
just-
Good.
His chakras are wide open.
All right. Okay.
This is an owl that does yoga.
So much yoga. Greets the sun every morning.
Ironic for an owl.
It greets it to say good night, motherfucker.
Ah, shit, you're up, bye.
You can take first watch. Night. Alrighty. So, the battle complete, Jeff. As you turn into an owl, you find yourself just also Actually, I'll say before you turn into an owl because that might lead to some odd interactions. And I want to give you the chance to say it before she turns you into something. You are
Hey guys, wait, hold on a second. Before I get turned into a bird, can we eat something first? I'm really hungry. I'm like starving.
I turn him into an owl anyway.
What?
Are you willing, Jeff?
No, I want to eat first.
I believe you can make a save
Fine.
against this if you're not willing.
Jeff.
Fine. Does anybody have any rations?
There's no way I beat the save. I got an 11.
Okay,
I'm out now.
you're an owl.
Hoot, 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 hoot. I start like hooting and flapping my wings. trying to gesture towards my open beak, wanting food.
I'll hold
gonna
up
get you
a
food.
ration for him to eat.
Don't fly away.
I flap up and start eating it greedily.
You do hear Wartok say, "Don't fly away." In your owl form, the ration is enough food to satiate you.
Cool. I just like.
But it's like a fuck ton of food to see an owl eat. It's weird.
An owl absolutely going hog wild on a granola bar.
Yeah, like there's not many times when an owl is like a wolf, but it's wolfing down this ration, so...
Alright, then now that I'm full and happy, I will fly back onto Mr. Clanky's head and just like swivel my neck around 180 degrees and look behind me with my 3 eyes. Christine, are you okay?
I want to walk just behind them.
Okay.
I want to go.
Alrighty.
I'm also gonna cast some messages to the other two. Don't worry about it.
Why are y'all so worried? This session's great. I'm having fun.
Alright, so, the group of you continue your travels. Kayana, do you want to polymorph and try and find another trail again to try and make sure that you're on the right heading? As it nears the end of the day, it's getting to the point that it's like, you want to be sure where you're going. You've made most of the headway that you saw yesterday, and so it might be a good idea to pick up the continuation of the trail.
I think so.
Okay.
Let's do that.
So as you're kind of beginning to come to, like, you see a couple of paths intersecting, and you're not sure this far out which one it might be to take, so you decide you'll go ahead and wild shape yourself into a giant eagle again, and flying upward and ranging out again.
Actually, the visibility, if it's starting to get dark, then I might go giant owl instead for night vision.
Sure, yeah. Do they also get advantage on perception checks?
That I should double check.
I think so.
Cool.
I believe so, but let me double check.
Yeah, as you double check.
Yes,
so you
they
watch,
do.
Cool. Kayana shifts herself into an owl and once again kind of ranges outward. And Kayana, this time as you go a little ways away, you can actually see the building. You go a couple of more miles like away from the group, and at the edge of your vision, about another day's travel away, you see this temple kind of emerging from the grasslands around, or from the forest land around it. There's this clearing and this like great stately building rising up out of the mountain, and you know it's little more than a dark silhouette from this distance, but even so you can tell it's a significant structure. And you guess that's probably your destination.
Sorry, how far away did you say it was?
Approximately another day's travel, maybe about 20 miles.
Okay. Cool.
Meanwhile, Jeff in owl form can finally see in the dark for the first time in his life, and he's
I don't know exactly what owl's dark or like night vision looks like, but yeah, you've got this like I imagine it's sort of black and white, like grayscale images of heat. But you get like these strong signatures from your friend, and then like a background of mostly dark with some like tinged white edging, and then every now and then you see like creatures move that are like flashes of white going across your vision. It's very interesting to someone like you who hasn't had this experience before.
I start like flapping and hooting excitedly because I'm utterly fascinated by what I can see.
Wonderful. Your third eye actually catches this in a little bit of a different way. While it also kind of keys into movement the same way that your other two eyes are doing, it also has a little bit more of like a higher contrast view on the scene, basically. So you can even like begin to sort of pick up depth, and like as you're looking out into the stars, you can see like various like the clouds drifting through the night sky. You can catch them in like stronger outlines than your other two eyes can.
Oh man, my third eye, even in owl form, my third eye is awesome. It's so cool, guys. I don't know what's wrong with y'all.
So Jeff's polymorph eventually wears off, and you decide to settle down for the evening.
Hooray.
Your point of exhaustion goes away, Hefe.
Yay.
And the night goes... Ooh, not uneventfully.
Uh-oh.
So, Warthog, you're definitely awake.
Yep.
Let me see. I'll roll a d6 and decide which one of the others of you is on watch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Please don't be Jeff. Please don't be Jeff. Please don't be Jeff.
Kayana.
Please don't be...
Aww.
Okay.
So,
Aw.
Warthog and Kayana, can I get you to make perception checks?
Yeah.
Don't want to roll a d6 for that. All right, that is... Hold on, there's a cat on my mouse. 7,
10.
18.
18 and 10?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Joy.
She's real
Uh-huh.
fucked up about what she saw today.
I am. In fact, I am going to have myself roll a wisdom save. Oh, okay,
Uh-oh.
that's actually pretty good. So that is an 18 plus 8. But hold on, let me.
What are you saving against?
Drugs.
Yeah,
No, not drugs.
Sad.
Not quite sad, but mad.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's that was a summer save.
Okay.
Down? Do you
It's
want
mad.
help?
I'm
Can you
upset.
knock it down? Are you too fat?
Never.
I really thought at first that was being asked to Kayana, and I was like, Jesus, dude.
No, of course not. She's small bean.
She is small and chuckable.
Wait, no, not that.
Like, no,
It's
it's fine.
just
It's
how
fine.
I
Becky, just
personally measure things by.
abort.
It's okay. Ilya hasn't had much like chucking things today.
No.
Oh my god. Leave her alone.
Okay,
You
so
think I won't fucking come for you, lad?
All she has to do is toss you into assuming.
Bring it.
early
She
in the
just has to
morning,
throw you into the air. Oh.
Warthog, around like 1:30, maybe 2 in the morning, as you and Kayana are awake, you hear what you think is a breeze, and for a little while you kind of pass it off as such, but maybe like 2 minutes into hearing it, it's rhythmic. And you're like, well, that can't be a breeze. And you kind of look up, and as you're scanning the sky, it's difficult at first, but you're kind of looking around, and eventually your eyes settle on a strange void in the sky where the stars have been blotted out. And
Oh.
the void seems to be moving. And as it moves, almost in time with a pulsing of this void, you hear the beating of the wind. Was whoosh,
Oh no.
whoosh, whoosh. And
Is it like wings?
as it gets closer, it does seem to be wings. And yet this shape that is moving towards you is like this impossibly black outline. Even as it is approaching you, you don't seem to be able to make out any details on its form until it's like maybe 100 feet away from you, and the beating of these wings is getting deafening, and you can begin to make out gleaming red eyes on a draconic face. There is an immense black dragon flying right overhead. You feel the wind from one powerful beat of its mighty wings upset the snow and the dirt and sticks underneath and kind of create a small dust devil in your campsite. But the campfire is out. He doesn't seem to be looking at you. And as this terrifying moment passes, so does the dragon. The perception check was for how far away it was when you saw it, not whether or not you saw it.
I mean, we didn't do anything until it was gone. So okay, that was weird.
Unless you guys want to interrupt it and try and hit it, but you know,
No.
that's probably not
No.
a good
No.
I fucking dare you.
I mean,
No.
Once the dragon is gone out of any kind of earshot, Jeff snores loudly.
There's another draconic noise from behind you. It is your compatriot, Jeff.
God.
Don't worry. He's just.
Oh, I feel like we have plenty of reason to be worried about him, though.
Oh yeah. No, it's terrifying.
Yeah.
As you're having that conversation, another one passes by. Smaller. It was kind of harder to hear because of the preceding sound from the bigger one. But another black dragon, only like 4 times your size, beats its wings overhead and kind of screeches as it flies overhead.
Yeah, it's Kitty.
I was gonna make the sound, but I can't do that now that you've all called it a kitty.
No, that's okay. It's okay. Except Kitty's mom was not a dragon. Kitty's mom was a hag.
I loved her. She was everything I want to be when I grow
Dude,
up.
Granny Smith is like the best NPC I've ever made.
All right.
Hands down.
That evening finished.
What direction did they go in?
They were flying towards the west, so the opposite of the direction you're currently going in.
Okay.
Okay, good.
That's good.
Give me a moment.
That's good.
Oh no.
I mean, hey, congrats on your new spell. It's terrifying, but you did
Yeah.
it.
It was pretty cool. Congrats on just. Wait, no, I didn't see anything.
What?
Not yelling at Jeff.
Yeah, no, sorry. I didn't see anything was out of character, so I forgot that I didn't see you just chuck a man to death. Yeah, no, I mean, it went well, all things considered. Except for apparently Jeff went psycho.
What?
I thought
asleep.
like, you're asleep, motherfucker.
Oh, sorry.
At first, I thought that maybe they had, like they had done something to him to alter his mental state, but I guess I probably should have known better at this point because it keeps getting worse.
Yeah. No.
And he doesn't trust us. Doesn't trust me, at least.
I don't think yeah. I don't think it's that he doesn't trust us. I think it's that it's screwing with him. It's
What's
fine.
the functional difference right now?
Well, right now there's. Well, it's not a versus you thing. It's what I. So it's nothing
He
against.
listens to Ilya.
That could have just been because there was 2 of you talking.
Maybe.
Besides, he doesn't need to listen to us right now. There's 3 of us, 4 of us. Subclank. There's 1 of him. If we have to just backhand him into the ground for a day.
I guess you're right.
I didn't think I was going to get party killed.
Killed. Just
Then-
made.
Yeah, just we're gonna turn you into an ostrich. Just knock your head underground. Go
I'm gonna
unconscious,
take a nap.
and then we'll take you to the priests. It'll
I'm
be
taking
fine.
a nap right now.
No, you're taking a sleep right now.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just gotta get them to the priests. I'm sure they'll be able to help, and then it'll be fine. And then we'll tell him how crazy he was, and it'll be great.
Yeah, I guess
I'm looking
so.
forward to that part. I'm gonna tell how crazy he was. It's great.
I wonder how badly he's going to lash out.
Like when they're trying to like
Yeah.
We'll put him to sleep first. I might be able to help with that.
I bet he's still going to be animated. You do put him to sleep.
Maybe. We'll see. It's one way to find out.
Yeah, I guess so.
So we're gonna go after the dragons now.
All right, cool. Roll a d20.
20.
You're dead.
What about my 14?
Also dead.
Shit!
Still dead.
Guys, I think I wasted a net 20.
I rolled a natural 1. Do I get to be like undead?
No, actually, you're so dead that your soul is gone.
No!
Oh, that's pretty dead.
That's pretty freaking dead. Alright.
Alright, so the next morning,
Jeff reforms 1d4 hours later and
without a soul, but inhabiting some other body.
Oh.
The next morning, Jeff, I'd like you to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Cool, can do.
Oh, they're coming so quickly now.
8.
8. Cool. Now roll percentile.
Oh, jeez. This is the first time I've had to use one of these, or 2 of them. 34.
Okay. Roll that d10 again, and then roll a d4.
D10 and D4?
Yep.
Interesting. Okay. That is a 9 and a 4.
For the next 9 minutes, you are terrified of Clanky and run from him.
No!
Okay. I wake up and I roll over, see Clanky, and just like and I just start taking off into the woods.
Oh,
Yep.
God, I'll go get him. I'll run after him.
Okay.
I'll run after it.
I'm just
We have to run
booking it.
Okay, if I can catch up to him, I'm gonna fucking tackle him.
Yeah,
I'm dashing.
So you
So
don't-
am I!
I think both of you have about the same speed, so you don't catch up with him.
Okay.
But you don't, like, you're keeping pace with him, and then, like, at the end of the 9 minutes, when he's like, why the fuck am I running? You just, BAM! Collide into him, tackle into the ground. He just, like, stops still, just boom. Both of you go tumbling into the dirt.
William, what? Hi, hello, good morning.
Why were you running?
I want to know too, why was I running?
Jeff!
Why do you look so annoyed? What's wrong?
You woke up, took one look at Clanky, and started running into the forest.
Why? That seems weird.
Yes, it does! I would like an explanation.
I want an explanation too. I don't know why.
There wouldn't have been time, Wartok. It was
Clanky
like,
just seems so terrifying. I don't know what was going on, but then like a couple minutes passed, and I'm just like, oh wait, why am I running? It's just. Are you okay? I'm sorry. I can make your breakfast extra good this morning.
Let's just get back to camp.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
All right.
Alright, so, about 18 minutes after this kerfluffle, they come back into camp, and Jeff is kind of shaken, but probably not as much as Ilya.
Hey, morning guys. I'll start making breakfast now. Sorry for the confusion. I don't know why I don't know why I was scared. I don't know why I was. Clanky just for a second just seemed so terrifying. I might have. Anyway, who wants breakfast?
What are you making?
What am I making? Rations, I guess. Probably just make some like. I'll probably just like toast some bread over like a fire or something.
Yeah, it's not every day that you can, like, really get together, like, a finer breakfast, so some days it's just, yeah, whatever you can pull from rations for breakfast.
Yeah.
Granola.
Toast and some dried meat.
Got some granola?
Yeah, breakfast is dried meat and toast. I'm sorry, it's not fancy, but not every day can be fancy.
No.
It's warm. That's good.
It's fine.
Thank you.
You okay,
It's
Kat?
fine.
Are you okay, Kayana? Did you sleep okay?
I was sleeping just fine until you started screaming.
Oh, I'm sorry if I scared you. I don't know why I was scared too. I scared myself, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe I had a really bad dream. I'm sorry, Clanky. I wasn't actually scared of you.
He kind of, like, looks down and, like, offers his hand forward, like...
I take it and shake it. I'm sorry, man.
Be
No hard feelings.
He kind of like squats down so he's at eye level with you and like puts his forehead forward and like kind of bounces on his heels a little bit and then stands back up.
Oh, don't worry, man. You're good. You're good. You didn't do anything wrong.
He clanks.
You're fine.
This
happily.
house
Don't worry.
stand.
Yay.
It's always him, not you, Clanky. Don't worry.
I clank a little bit too in my plate armor.
The lesser clank clanks back.
The greater and lesser clank.
Oh my god.
All right. So, can I get a perception and a survival check?
Okay.
You certainly may.
22.
Nice.
What is 16 plus 8? 24.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, you guys actually make great time. Which is actually interesting. Cool. Give me another minute.
No problem.
Actually, I think I could do this from...
Hey guys, I'm feeling really hungry again.
We're
No,
almost there, man.
wait. Sorry, no, this is normal hunger.
Oh, okay. Good.
This is pretty normal. Maybe I need a little bit more for breakfast.
Jeff takes a brief hiatus and finds a few pieces of small game for lunch that he catches and cooks up around noonday.
Hooray. Diane, are you okay? I mean, why are you staying away from me? I don't bite.
You don't, do you?
No. What's wrong? Everyone seems scared of me. I don't understand.
After you
Well,
went berserk and
I don't know what happened.
Let me phrase it this way. How much of this trip do you remember?
I remember most of it. There are a couple holes though. I didn't remember we got into a.
yeah, that's the thing. It's the stuff you don't remember.
Yeah, there's been a lot of it.
There were some weird times where like I was speaking perfect common and you guys couldn't understand me for some reason. That was weird.
You definitely weren't speaking perfect common. That's why we think
Wow.
you got a little bit of a head wound.
I never went to school, but my common's not that bad.
No,
It was
it's
that
not.
bad.
Jeff,
Not.
Jeff, you started. You know what? You probably deserve to hear it from someone else anyway.
Hey,
Oh.
Jeff.
Yeah,
Jeff.
what?
I'm gonna pull Jeff aside.
All right, hey, what's up?
Listen. Do you trust us?
Yeah. You're my friends.
Because you're not acting like it. You got to listen to us. We're trying to help you. We're trying to work with you. We're a team, Siegebreakers.
Yeah.
You got to act like it because you're not acting like it right now. You're acting like you want to be off on your own, not trusting any of us. You got to work with us.
How have I not been
You
there?
just got to listen to us. And if
Okay.
we're all saying like we're worried about you and like, you know, like you weren't speaking English or common, whatever you want to call it.
I was speaking common, but okay.
Good.
You might have been
You
speaking
probably
common,
weren't
but
then.
we weren't hearing common.
What were you hearing?
Just
Gibberish.
not even a language.
Maybe. That's weird. Maybe I've done caught something. Maybe I'm just sick.
That's what we've been saying. But you got to work with us here.
Okay.
We're gonna go to the friends over here. We're gonna meet her friends, and then we'll get it all sorted out.
Okay. I guess if I am sick, it would be nice to get some medicine or healing magic or whatever they have available.
Exactly.
Jeff, make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Ooh, I have not been good at these this session. 7.
Sorry, with advantage because Wartalk is being persuasive.
That is a 13.
Okay. Yeah, he might be onto something.
Okay, yeah, maybe. Yeah, that makes sense to me.
It feels right, you know, like
More like
the things he's saying are true, and you feel like you've lost some time, and it seems weird, and so you're kind of receptive to what he's putting down.
Maybe you're right. Maybe I just have a really bad cold.
Yeah, or small head wound, you know.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, come on, we're gonna travel, and you know, if we say you need to like calm down or something, you know, we're looking out for you, man. Okay.
All right, gotcha.
All right.
Thanks for being there for me. I don't know what's going on, but I'll get it taken care of.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
after
no, it'll be fine.
oh, sorry. And
It's pretty awesome.
after your kind of break for a brief hunt and then lunch, you continue on your way, and the day's weather is perfect. The visibility is much improved over before. You're kind of, like, I wouldn't say you're above the clouds yet, but like every now and then you do kind of like breach over them as they kind of rest lower on the peaks of the mountains. So you catch like these glimpses of just perfect view for miles and miles around. It's really quite amazing. And you're making very, very good time with Jeff's excellent ability tracking. He's fallen back into his groove once again with this terrain, and he's having a much better time of it. And with Kayana's guidance from her bird's eye view, able to kind of see from above where the paths were more well trodden, and kind of directing Jeff to those areas. You traverse this this forested mountainside with significantly more alacrity than any of the other days you've been traveling through the Ulvengart range. And towards about, let's see, towards about 3:30, 4 p.m.,
Oh my god.
you finally see ahead a clearing in the trees. You're
Is a
beginning to
dragon
kind
there?
of see there's not a dragon there.
Oh, thank God.
Kind of see the trees thinning out, and it seems like they've been deliberately forested. Like you can even towards the edge see a few stumps that have been clearly hewn even lately. And then further past the beginning of that clearing, you can see these immense stone walls that kind of through the tree line, they almost seem to just disappear, like taking up most of what you can see of this clearing. And as you traverse towards the edge of the forest, the full majesty of this temple kind of comes into view, and you can see these just immense stone pillars sprouting forward from the ground, with buttresses flying outward from them up towards these taller walls made of just solid stone. And the stone is even like worked intricately with like these artistic details. You can't make out precisely what they depict, but even from afar you can tell they are carved with very richly detailed like sceneries and portraits. Some of them are just carved in basically like artistic relief, with various designs and filigree adorning all sides of this great temple. You are approaching from sort of coming up alongside it, so you cannot quite see the main doors. But to your left is this enormous temple sprouting from the ground and kind of melding back against the tree line near its sort of furthest back reaches. The stone is this gleaming white color. Sorry, you were saying, Jeff?
Oh, I think the Earth has swallowed us in level 20.
Yes, it has. Give me a minute.
Oh.
Probably just need to kick it to map layer.
Yep, I'm doing that.
All right, there we are.
Talking. That's
right, yep.
why I'm saying so much about this, is because I need time to...
That's okay.
Leave him alone, Ethan. He's doing his
Sorry.
best.
I'm sorry.
And as you are kind of emerging from the tree line, you see a scene before you that takes a moment for you to make sense of. And after a moment of confusion as to like kind of what the creatures are that you're seeing, you recognize that there's a battle going on. At first, it looked like strange shadows that were just kind of appearing out of nowhere, like just emerging from the ground in this writhing, almost liquid night. And against them are several men and women dressed as priests.
Oh. I see.
Ilya, you see their heraldry and recognize them as priests and well, let me give the.
They're wearing the same
titles.
armor as me.
Yes, not all of them are wearing armor, but either
Well,
their cloth or their armor is adorned with sigils of Torm.
Yeah.
You see various members. Some of them seem to be Valorosa, which are the warriors.
Right.
Vindices, which is the plural for Vindex. It's Latin. Sorry. And others like yourself who are Bellator, and one who seems to wear the kind of more ornate garment that is assigned to the office of Presidior, High Priest.
No, they need to get back inside. There's only one of them.
So who's the good guys and who's the bad guys on this map?
The human-looking ones are the good guys. The black things are the bad guys.
Okay, so the people in the red robes are the bad guys.
Yes, and
Okay.
I'm not quite done putting them on there.
Oh, my bad. Sorry, I did it again.
No, that was totally fine. I was.
Also, Clanky's inside the building, and Warthog is on the ground, just daydreaming, looking up at the sky. Just
He'll
like
get that
chilling
sorted.
Just
in the
looks like-
grass.
It looked like Clanky busted through the wall like he's the Kool-Aid man.
Oh yeah.
All right. So I'm not gonna really bother too much with the facing right now. Let's get actual positioning in.
Oh no.
And yeah, so that is the area of the map where you guys would be. I'd say you can move yourselves. Ilya is the farthest up you could go. Kayana is the farthest down you could go. You could move yourselves 10 feet left or right, except for into the temple.
I'll stay where I am.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
The High Priest is at kind of the back of this formation. And then-
Okay, so this guy's the High Priest of Frunctul. This guy is the High Priest.
Yes, of Torm.
Okay.
And then these folks are, this one and this one are dressed as warriors, and this one is dressed as a priest.
Okay.
There's actually not another Bellator out there, Ilya. I lied.
That's fair.
There's only 4 of them. And 2 of
I
them
have
are
higher
priests.
rank.
All right. So as you are coming into this, let's go ahead and roll initiative.
Do I get to go into rage mode again?
You do.
I do?
Oh,
Mhm.
Oh, yay!
I'm glad you're so excited by this.
I rolled a 19 in my initiative.
So
I got a
did they.
21.
And I need to bring up their stat block.
You know what?
I don't
Fuck you
do
guys.
that.
The one time I roll good on my initiative and I think, oh, I'm gonna get to go first.
I got
Fuck
a
you
4.
guys.
You have Clement syndrome.
Poor Clement, always getting like single digit. He's just a tired old man doing his best.
He's also very tossable.
Yeah, though you didn't take out half his health bar by throwing him into a chair.
This is not my fault. He did not land.
Also, in your defense, you were level 1 at the time.
Is this Sotark now?
This is
Yeah.
Sotark.
Hello, Sotark. Good to meet you.
Sotark likes 2 things: throwing axes and throwing friends.
Look, in Sotark's defense, if he not throw friend Clement, Clement would have died.
That is
Save
true.
friend.
He was in melee range of the boss. He would have probably one-rounded him.
Yeah, no,
Sì,
didn't he have like
soltanto
multi-attack?
Yeah, he had multi-attack. You were level 1 fighting a Band Chief, which is like CR.
Yeah. So, Kayana, I heard you said you got a 21.
21.
Cool. Anyone else above 20? Okay, 15 to 20.
18 or 19, sorry.
17.
Oh, it's okay. You still did better than 2. 10 to 15. 5 to 10.
Clank, you got an 8.
No.
What did Wartalk get?
4.
Okay.
Oof.
Well, I'd love to tell you you weren't last, but you're last.
Nah,
I
I'm used
literally
to it.
counted the spaces after I knew Kyanas and put the priests where I thought they'd be because I thought they'd be last, and then you surprised me. All right, and we're gonna leave it there as I leave you in suspense because I need to take a quick break. But we'll be back in just a moment.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
So, side note, what do you guys think of my new Discord icon?
I didn't know
I
if you
saw
changed
it.
it.
I saw it.
Alrighty,
Their brand?
and we're back. OMG. No, there is. We've got roll 20. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay. That does draw a couple of quick looks, but they're kind of too focused on the battle to notice much more than like they're not trying to kill us. Okay. All right, Kayana, you are up first. They are indeed wraithearts. You've never seen them up close, I think. I think you've only seen them from a distance at Alleghane, unless I'm misremembering. You'll have? Okay. Might be the other group I'm thinking of. I think they only recently. That's what it was. They only recently saw their first ones like up close. Okay, cool. Sorry. So yeah, there are wraithearts. And in fact, all of them look like that one type of wraithheart that was like a little bit heartier. The flesh renders. Mm-hmm. You're cutting out a bunch, by the way. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's 6. There's one. There's one in here. I don't know if that was the one you were missing. That took me a second to see. So 6 of them. Okay, and the DC is 16. All right, I'm gonna go top left, row by row. That is a failure. That is a success. That is a failure. The one that's a different icon isn't actually a different creature. I just wanted to switch up the icon a bit, and it didn't work out as well as I'd hoped. That's a success. So far we have fail, success, success, fail. Yep, I will. I should use something higher contrast than that, like red. Red is probably good. Alrighty. So you watch as next are the wraithearts, and let's see. They are all gonna go after that one first. So you watch as the one on the top here, kind of the one right next to this, like the one closest to a wraithheart, um, they all kind of begin moving and bearing down on him. And at first, you don't really see the effects. That's a failure. That's a failure. Wow, that's actually probably better. He took 3 failures in a row. So effectively, what you see is this: the first Wraithheart just kind of like looms over him and begins like imposing its presence upon him. The second one circles around from the side and also just begins like its presence is kind of like beginning to overwhelm him, and like the shadow that both of them just kind of give off is beginning to engulf this priest. A third one comes forward, and you see the priest begin to just sink to his knees, his eyes rolling back in his head. He perishes. And from his corpse rises a wraithheart. All right. That one goes up to the next priest and attempts to do the same thing. But he actually succeeds on his saving throw. And so he follows up with 2 Wraith Sword attacks. Misses on the first, and misses on the second. Not good rolls from that wraitheart. So you watch as like the priest defiantly just like stares back, even after seeing one of his like close friends probably succumb. He just glares into the eyes of this wraitheart and refuses to bow to its will. And then as the creature gives up, drawing its sword, which kind of appears out of shadow in its hand, and begins striking at the priest. He just deftly moves to the side, dodging each blow as it comes. Another wraitheart is going to advance and attempt to just attack him. Actually, I think the crushing futility is part of their multi-attack, so he'll try it. Let's see if the priest makes it. Ooh, he actually doesn't. So he fails that one. And that's and a miss and a nat 20. That is 34 points of damage to that priest on the second crit. He's not down, but he is looking rough. Yeah. And then the other 2 are going to try and... Ilya, they walk up to you. Wearing the same armor, they assume you're part of the same group. So one of them comes up to you, and I'd like you to make a wisdom saving throw. That is a success. You take 1 point of necrotic damage. And then it will swing its sword at you twice. The first one is probably going to hit. That is a 24, so yes. You take... I couldn't remember what its bonus was. If it was not high, it might not have. But that is 13 points of slashing damage and 3 points of necrotic damage. And the second attack is a 8. I'm guessing that misses. Alright. The next one also comes over and will go for you. Make another wisdom saving throw, please. Oh, he does not get Flesh Render stats. He gets normal Wraithheart stats. I will actually differentiate him too. He's going to be the lighter colored one. What was your wisdom save, Ilya? Okay, sorry, I must have missed it. Cool. That is another success. So you take another point of necrotic damage. And then swinging its sword at you, the first is a 16. Cool. And the second is a 21. That is 8 points of slashing damage and 9 points of necrotic. Alrighty. And that is all of the wraithearts. So Wartok, you're up. Oh my gosh, I am on the wrong fucking initiative order. I'm looking at the last initiative order. Yeah, that will bring us to Jeff. You are next. You are. Excellent. Hits. Yes. Alright, give me just a sec here. Cool. You said 17 points of slashing damage, and you're hitting the one in front of Ilya? Okay. That just hits, yes. Alrighty. He takes 21 or 27 points of slashing damage just as Atarax, which is a longsword for you, right? Comes over, just cleaves downward, like briefly dispelling a portion of shadow before it reforms into this aberrant form. Alright. Anything else? Okay. Bringing that old, that 4E martial healing back. Love it. Yeah, Ilya, you like watching him just like cleave into the shadow and then give this like hearty bellow. It kind of like reinvigorates you, and that is you gain your temp HP as you feel the adrenaline course through your veins. Maybe out of fear for from your comrade, or maybe out of invigoration. Who knows? Maybe a little column A, a little column B. Alrighty, Ilya. Speaking of which, you're up next. True that. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yes. Moves to a space makes me think that it has to be like it can be forced movement, but they have to move in that range. Let me check it against Black Tentacles though to see if that is an inconsistent ruling internally, just to make sure that I'm not being stingy. Yeah, I guess the difference is Black Tentacles says enters, whereas Guardian of Faith says moves. So I would say enters might mean if the Guardian of Faith appeared, that would make it happen, whereas moves doesn't sound like it would. Cool. And has already taken damage. Okay, let's see if you crit. Okay, 18 hits. Yeah, definitely hits. 6 points of damage. Okay. So is this with your bound weapon? Cool. So Ilya just summons her battle axe from the ether and brings it down with this swirling blue light cleaving through the wraitheart's form, leaving another gash. Hit him again. Nice. Nice. All right. Let me. All right. So on the second one, Ilya kind of like does a little bit of a 1-2, bringing like the butt cap of her axe into the wraitheart's face, and then smashing down on its skull. Skull. It's slightly harder piece of shadow that's in its head. Um, just slams down with the blade of the axe, and you watch it kind of like crumple under the blow before it rights itself. It's past bloodied. Anything else on your turn? Sweet. Give me just a second to look up a spell to refresh my memory. But while I'm doing that, we can go ahead and say Clanky can go. I can multitask. That makes sense. That does not hit. That does hit. $11 bludgeoning damage. 2. That's number 7. Alrighty. So this time, Clanky swings with an immense fist, and the Wraithheart dodges out of the way just for Clanky to kind of like smack down on top of him with the other one. His bludgeoning is not magical, correct? Okay. So that is second hit or second attack, or does it matter? Okay. Well, versus evil. Remind me? Oh, okay. You always do that one first. Okay. Okay. Cool. All right. So then that damage is halved. So instead of 11, it is 5. Uh, chipping away. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. All right. That's pretty good. Okay. After Clanky goes, the priests go. And the high priest kind of looks at the priest who became a wraitheart, and he kind of just says, "I'm sorry, brother." And he puts out a hand, and you see this just massive column of divine flame just like erupt from a space about 20 feet up in the air, slamming down onto this wraitheart. That is a 10-foot radius, 40 feet, sorry, not 20. Yeah. So that's 10-foot radius centered on him. So it'll be like that is the radius, and that. So that'll get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. Actually, ostensibly, yes. So he'd center it further away. Sorry, I didn't realize. I thought it said any hostile, but it doesn't. It's just any creature. You are can't move them. God damn it, roll 20. I know, I can't. It's being a pain in the ass. Alright, so it's probably there, and that'll still get all 5. Alright, so they all make dexterity saving throws. His spell save is... oh gosh. Probably be 16? No, probably 15. Well, that's a nat 1, so that's a failure. His previous friend got a 2, that's also a failure. That is a 15 plus 1 is a 16, so that succeeds. So that one succeeds. 4 is also a failure. 5 is also a failure. Wow, so 4 out of 5 failed. This is the only one that didn't. So they take 4d6 fire damage and 4d6 radiant damage, and half on a success. So roll 8d6. Oh gosh. Alright, so that is 13 points of fire damage to all of them but one, and 14 points of radiant damage, which basically it sears through them, and you can see that the radiant damage is doing quite a lot more than normal. So that will be 28 points of radiant, and I gotta do a little bit of math here. 28 radiant, and what did I say for the other one? 13 fire. So that's 41, and then 20 for the one for whom it's halved, which is 3. Yeah, so 3 gets halved, so he goes down to that, and then the others, which is 1, 2, 4, and 5, nicely enough, all go down to... Alright, so you watch this just immense display of divine might just slam into these aberrant creatures, just like immediately like having their health, and you can see them all like just crippled from the blow. As the light fades, you can kind of see. Oh wait, no, one of those is actually not that, but that. The one that was his former friend is like on its last legs. And as a follow-up to that immense power, this priest just kind of... well, let me see if there's a... is there a touch range? There is not. Yeah. The priest right in front of the high priest, this one, yeah, an actual priest, not like this one was a warrior. Vindex just says, "Rest, brother," and he casts Sacred Flame. Fails his save, and kills him. Just enough damage to take him out. Alrighty. So, that is his turn, and then this one is going to spend first level spell slot and cast Guiding Bolt on one of the ones that is not fairy fired. Which, well, I guess he'll... ooh. He could reach this one. Yeah, he could reach it, though. So he'll kind of go around the one right in front of him and Guiding Bolt the one in front of Clanky. That's a hit. 4d6. 9 points of radiant damage, doubled to 18, and that's actually on 5. Cool. So that'll take him down to that. And Yeah, so he's lit up. The next attack roll against him will have advantage. I will mark him as such. And you see just this bolt of divine energy spout from the priest's hand, slamming into the back of him and kind of like giving him almost this like halo that seems to burn at the shadows around him. Kind of his face is almost like fading out as you watch. It's like the light is battling against the shadow and for the moment winning. All right, Wartok, you're up. Okay. That definitely hits. 13 points of damage. On, you said this one? Okay, so that is... not the one who succeeded his save. Alright, he's looking pretty hurt. 16 to hit. 17 to hit. Hits. Alright, he's still up, but he is another turn like that, and he's definitely down. Alrighty. So yeah, as Wartok kind of weaves, yeah, because that's like a very narrow line. Wartok kind of like leaps to the side, like jumps out and does the like movie like fire while you're in the air thing, just expertly placing the two bolts between Clanky Ilya and the guiding bolted Wraithheart to snipe the one next to one of the Vindices up in the fray. Alrighty, Kayana, you're up again. Okay. Yes, that hits. No, it cannot be 30. Alright, 20. And is that before the doubling? Cool. Super overkill. Alright, he just is blasted in like there's this bright burst of white light from like the very center of him that just radiates out and kind of cracks away at his form, which dissipates once the center is dissipated or is destroyed. Alrighty, so he dead. It is the Wraithheart's turns next. Let's see. Give me a sec here. Not yet. First, they gotta take some of you with them. Alright. So, let's see. This one will come down here. Attempt to crushing futility. That one, that priest, rolls a natural 2 on his save. So he is on... I wish there were numbers here. Oh well. Do that. He has disadvantage on his next roll. And then we'll take 2 swipes at him with his blade. First one is a miss. Second one is a crit fail. There are no allies in range, but let's see if something else happens. Nope. Alright, not with a 10. Cool. All right, so he just like completely fumbles his second move. The priest kind of baits him into it, and at the last second dodges out of the way, and the wraithheart kind of just falls almost into his space, and takes a moment to right himself. Let's see. Another one will come over and attempt to crushing futility and attack the same one. I do think. Yeah, it's just the next attack roll. It's not any d20 roll, so he does not have disadvantage on the save. And that is an 18, so he not only saves, but also restores the effect, gets rid of the effect on himself. 2 attacks. 2. And, oh, that'll hit. Natural 18. Alright, so whiffing on the first one, finally the priest's luck runs out, and the wraithheart is able to kind of catch him a little bit off balance, and the blade strikes true, dealing 14 points of slashing damage, and 2 points of necrotic. All right. Then this one is going to move down a little bit, do the same thing. He fails his saving throw. Correct. That's a miss. Man, they're like consistently rolling like between 1 and 3, and then between 15 and 18 on these 2 attacks. It's crazy. All right. All right. All right. Harley, we're okay. I was gonna say we're recording. You have to say JK if you say this. Okay. Okay, that's acceptable. That's fine and not illegal. Alright, this one takes 7 points of slashing and 2 points of necrotic for a total of 9. Alrighty. And then this one will also attack the same priest, again attempting to crushing futility him. That is a second failure. So he so he is effectively stunned his next turn. He can take a bonus action. Well, he's not stunned. He can take a bonus action, but no action. Are any of these actions? Oh, they are. Look at that. That's okay. Sure. Doesn't actually allow you to make an attack, alas. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So, where was I? That was the attack on him. Oh, that was he's failed a second save. Right. So that's no longer that one. We're going to use the grenade. Sure. The grenade is a good indicator for 2 failures. All right. And his attacks, natural 2. Let me guess, between 15 and 18. No, actually, it was a 6. Cool. Broke the trend. All right. So both of those miss. This priest is like not doing well. So effectively, the way this works out is like he's mostly just like teetering on his feet. Like he has this crazy bad headache and he's on the verge. And he's just rocking back and forth so much that the wraithheart can't get a good bead. Basically, like drunken fist style dodges the 2 strikes. Yeah, exactly. Like inadvertent drunken fist. Ilya, there's going to be 1 attack against you. I would like you to make a wisdom saving throw. That succeeds. You take If it's another 1, that's going to be hilarious. No. 3 points of necrotic damage. Yeah. And then, 2 attacks. That is a... I want to say 17, but I don't know for sure. That's the... Nope, 19. Looking at the wrong stat block. Alrighty. 2d10. The one above her on the map. The one that is in range of you. Okay. The first attack does 8 points of slashing damage and 2 points of necrotic. That hits. Okay. With Atarax? Okay, so it's magical. Cool. Okay. That was... Wait a second. No, that should be him. That one was looking pretty rough, right? I said he was more than bloodied. Yeah. Yeah, so that was wrong. I put the damage on the wrong one. 15 on him. There we go. Alright, cool. So, yeah, so he's looking bad now. Also kind of teetering on the edge. But the other one is not going to attack you, Ilya. It's going to attack Clanky. So I'd like Clanky to make a wisdom save. That is a failure. That is 5 points of necrotic damage, and he has disadvantage on his next attack roll. 2 attacks also coming his way. That is a 15 and a 17. I think also no, because I think his AC is 18 now. Alright, Clanky kind of like looks sad for a minute, but kind of still manages to like hunker down, and like the blade just, it hits the metal, but it just kind of bounces off ineffectually. Alrighty. So we're up against time here, so let's make this fast. So how can I kill them with my people? Regardless, it's Jeff's turn next. So Jeff, kill some people and make my job easier. Cool. Hits. 12 magical slashing. Oh my gosh. Nah, fuck it, it's cool enough. It deals 13 and he dies. There we go. Have you been adding your +2 melee damage? Okay. You should have said you weren't, so there'd be a mechanical reason for him to die. No, that's fine. Alright, he falls. Hits. They are. Okay. Okay, so now comes the question of, is this the one that made his save before or not? And I need to make sure that I have my 2, 3. Yep. Okay. One of them had only taken 5, but I think that's the one that Clanky hit, which means that he is that one. So yeah, this is the one that made his save, but that was how much damage? 25. Okay, it matters very little now. that he made his save because he's now on par with the others. So you just you bring your sword about, and even as the fear is not taking hold of this creature, it's still cowed by the fact that you just cleave this immense gash through it, and it actually falters in its existence for a moment. You see that you almost you see daylight on the other side of this creature as the darkness knits itself back together. Yes. Okay. I should make it clear just tactically, he's hurt, but he's not about to die. Okay, cool. I did. Okay. Cool. So close, but no cigar. That hits. Yep. Alrighty, that does it. Just cleaving through him the once. You see that daylight on the other side. You see it knit itself back together, but before it finishes, you're like, oh, fuck no. And you cut through the same place again, just carving through the threads that were beginning to heal themselves. And then one more in the same place, just cleaving from shoulder to hip, breaking the force that is attempting to hold this wraitheart together, just ripping it, tearing it asunder. And the wraitheart just dissipates into these threads of black mist that ascend into the sky and disappear. He did. He is... He's not terrible. He's not bloodied yet. Yes. Nice. He now has a 15 AC. He's actually, he looks confused and concerned. Yeah, he's staring right back at it. Alrighty. So, Ilya, you're up. Okay. Looking around and getting a quick feel for the battlefield, this one and this one look about the same. Oh, sorry. Wartuck, I don't think has taken any damage. I don't think Kayana has. Oh my god. Yeah, that one. The one I just pinged. Okay. What does that mean? He rolls. You roll? Okay, cool. Oh, damn. He's at full. Actually, he's at one less than full. Yes. The least hurt would be the one right next to you. I mean, you could take an attack of opportunity to get more than 5 feet away. Depending on how much you think your return will be, it might be reasonable. Okay. Okay, that hits. Yeah. Alrighty, he takes 5 points of damage. Oh. Alrighty. That hits. Oh no. Chipping away. Ilya seems to be having a little bit of trouble. She's still making contact, but she's like skimming again, like she's getting glancing blows on like limbs of this wraitheart as its kind of shadowed fizzing form is hard to keep like pinned down as one entity. Yeah. What are these things? Oh, actually, yeah, they're seeing you in a rage too. Okay, yeah, that's how this is gonna happen. All right. Um, let me see. Uh, Clanky. Yes, he has disadvantage on the first attack roll he makes. It's a wisdom save. That's an eight. That's a 7. I'm gonna guess that doesn't succeed. "24 points of psychic damage. Alrighty. He's starting to look rough now, having taken a good bit of damage. Okay. 10, 15, 20. Yes, it would. No, just on the first. Oh yeah, on the first attack. Sorry, I was like, oh no, he already made an attack, but that was a spell. No, yeah, yep. I should take that off. Hits. That's amazing. That's amazing. Oh come on, there's no way it actually did anything. All right, so that's a miss. How'd Clanky do? That does not hit. Alrighty, he gets away, but he is not uninjured. So unscathed is not the. Mhm. Alrighty. So Clanky went. Okay, it's the priest's turn. I mean, you healed one of them, and like you've been helpful. Also, like you have a good in with them. You know, the same god and all. All right. Let's see here. High priest has a choice to make. Presidior. He's only got one fifth level slot. Yeah, all right. That'll do. Range is self. Yeah. Okay. He is going to kind of raise his arms up about him, and you see these like angelic looking spirits begin to like rise up out of the ground and flit about him. And he just kind of gracefully wades forward until he is here. I will do that. I think I have it positioned right, but the aura will be helpful for everyone to see. I don't know if you all can see that. Probably not. Now you should be able to. Cool. So yeah, easily gets the three of them in there. Designates all of y'all as the not, hurt ones. So each of them, as he walks towards them, just like arms outstretched, like, bring it, bitches. Um, they make a wisdom save, which is not their strongest suit. Failure! Failure! Maybe success? Nope, failure! Alright, so all three of them fail, taking 3d8 radiant, I want to say. I need a, yes. D8s. D8. Another D8. And a third D8. 30 points of radiant damage. So these angels just swarm inward, and it's like they're still angelic and beautiful, but there's something savage about them as they descend upon these wraithearts and begin just like tearing away at the shadow and breaking it apart from the inside. No, that's 15 doubled to 30. However, it obliterates. Oh no, wait. One, two, three. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 left, right? So it's okay. Yeah, so it's those three. All right. The top two are just like they're wrecked. This one's about on par with the one that just ran away from Clanky. So the three that are surrounding the priests are in various stages of disrepair. Two of them are like barely holding on to their incorporeal forms. Uh, the third is more than bloodied, but still like up on his feet. And then the one that's running away is in a similar state as the third. The other two priests will turn and just what do they got? They don't have much that's touch range. Oh, no, actually, they could totally do that. They're gonna both. Oh, no, wait. Fuck. They're not high enough level for that. That's for the high priest. Damn. They're not 0th level. I was looking at Holy Weapon. It would be. Word of Radiance? Oh shit, that works. Oh, it's from Xanathar's. I was like, why don't I know this spell? Yeah. All right. Cool. So yeah, they'll each cast Word of Radiance on the dudes next to them. So both of them must make Wisdom saves. No, Con saves rather, not Wisdom. That's a success. That's a crit fail. So the top one remains alive. But the priest right above you, Jeff, kind of turns away and just like utters this word and like puts his hand out to focus the divine energy. You see the gauntlet on his hand acts as a spell focus, and as he utters this word, it like reverberates, and you can see the shockwave coming out from his mouth, dealing 8 points of radiant damage after the doubling to that one, which kills it. He had 7 HP left. So that one just, like, you see him kind of rock backwards with the sound wave, and then the second wave hits him, and it's like this. It's basically that gif of the guy holding onto the chain link fence, and then like the fire wave hits him, and he turns into a skeleton. That's basically what happens. Alrighty, so that is the priest's turn. Wartalk, you're up. Okay. That hits. 12 points of damage. He be dead. So as you Eldritch blast that one, the priests kind of like move out of the way to make room for the bolt, and it sizzles between the two of them, each of them kind of like slow motion watching it go by, and it just slams into the wraitheart's head, this Eldritch energy crackling around it, and you see like a pair of tentacles kind of spout out of its head, and then like impale itself, and it kind of folds inward and disappears. 20 or a natural? Okay, nice. Ooh, he's not quite dead, but he does get pushed back. I don't know if... Oh yeah, sorry, I was missing... I thought that Wartalk was clanky. Yep. I'd say probably there. It wouldn't be directly back, it's closer to that angle. Okay, I'm checking something real quick. I don't think that's a thing, but... Okay, yeah, no. Forcing movement does not make opportunity attacks. Was just double checking. There's a... If it makes you move, then it does, but just forcing movement. Yeah. Alrighty. So after Wartalk, we come back to Kayana. Alrighty. He's not actually bigger, but yeah. Did it turn into a 2? Oof. Well, a 2 on the die, but yeah. Gotcha. Oh, okay. I see, yeah. Okay, yeah, that hits. You're attacking the fairy-fired one? Oh yeah, super dead. He just, like... Yeah, he just... The what's it called? Starburst? Sunburst? Starburst? Starburst, like, it erupts from your hand and kind of like arcs through the air, slamming down on him, and like basically it doesn't seem to meet any resistance. Like it just like arcs and just boom right into the ground, and where there was once a wraitheart, there is no more a wraitheart. It's just gone. Nice. Alrighty. The wraithheart. Does that fright only last for the one turn from Dissonant Whispers, or is it continuing Wartalk? Okay. Okay, cool. So, yeah, he's gonna do a bit of a last hurrah and attempt to take out this priest. So as he's running up, he's going to gaze into the priest's soul, and the priest is going to have to make a save. He does, yes, because it's the first time he enters. I'll use the roll I was going to use for the priest's save, which is a 17 plus 1? Yes. I'm wondering if it does half damage, though. Yes, it does, so it might still kill him. Could very well still kill him. Yeah, so it'll be 17 points, which is not quite enough. He is almost dead, but not quite. And yep, so he's going to. That is a 12 plus. What's their Wismod? 3? 15, which is just enough to meet the DC for Crushing Futility. So he manages to make his save, only taking half of 2d6. Oof, which is still 6 damage. He rolled double sixes. But, he's not dead. And then the Wraithheart will attack him, which is a hit. That is a 20. So, 2d10 later. Yes, sir. Go ahead and roll it. 12 points of slashing. 2 points of... That hits. Alright, and that will do it, which is good because he probably would have killed that priest on his next hit. Alrighty. There's not too much to rip, as, there's no flesh, so your claws tear through the shadowed beast. But it basically just turns to nothing in your claws. As you rise from... Actually, that's a good point. Everyone else make insight checks, besides Jeff, that is. Okay. Okay. Alright. Ilya and Kayana. Both of you, as you're looking at the priests, kind of see them exchange a quick glance, and the high priest kind of puts a hand out, puts his hand, and gestures down, and he takes a step forward. Jeff, as you arise, the high priest is beaming, just a big grin on his face, and he says, "Welcome, chosen one." And that is where we'll pick up next time.